Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hi. Okay. We're going. Good morning. Come on, little iPad. iPad is just wants to do nothing for me right now. That's no good. Come on. How is everyone this morning? Oh, well, can you guys see me? Are you there? Can you see me? Am I here? I guess I know you guys. There we go. I know you guys are there because I can see in the chat. But now I can start to see me. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hi, Mandy and Dora. Okay, Dora, were you on the other night? You're from Northern California, and then I think I called you Devra, maybe. I think I got confused. So if I did, I apologize. But there might have also been a Devra on there. You might have both been on there, so I don't know. Hi, everybody. Happy International Scrapbook Day. How exciting, right? We have our own little holiday. If you did not know, every year, the first Saturday in May is International Scrapbook Day. Well, they actually, I don't know, it's been around for many, many years. But I think they call it National Scrapbook Day, but it really is International Scrapbook Day because we have people over the world that do what we do, right? Yes. All right. Hi, Pam, and hi, Carla. I know it's Carla. I'm so sorry. I know that. I know it's not Carol. Hi, Karen and Yvonne and Janelle. Janelle's in New York. Where is everybody? Where are you guys? I mean, I know you're here, but like, where are you physically right now? Hi, Janelle. Did I already say Janelle? I think I did. Dora, San Antonio. Okay, I think it's Devra then. Yeah. Hi, Terry. I know Terry's Colorado. Hi, Dawn and Mitzi from Washington. Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Jessica said, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hi, Nicole and Diane from Arizona. Dawn from Michigan. Okay, guys, so what I'm doing, I am reading a lot of the chat. So let's talk about that for a second. If you are new here, welcome. We get together every Saturday here on my YouTube channel when I am not traveling. And the traveling is happening a little bit more often lately, but when I am not traveling, this is where you'll find me on Saturday mornings. And this is where I also find a lot of you. And we've been doing this for a little over 2 years now, and I just love it. It is seriously the highlight of my week. I will tell you, it's also one of the most stressful parts of my week just because there's a lot of preparation. But once I get here, I love it. And once we're done, this time is so special to me. It's so important. So I love it when you guys join me. So welcome. If you're new, as we get to work, today's a little bit different because we're doing one of our all-day sessions in honor of and to celebrate International Scrapbook Day. But normally what happens is a couple days beforehand, I will publish a number of list topics, and we do creative listing. So we're memory keeping, and really it's all memory keeping, whether or not we're adding photos, but I do creative listing. So I provide list topics and we just play. A lot of times, all the time, in the description box of the video down below, you will see links to products that I use. Many of those links will take you to my website, lailbymail.com. Let's skip all these that are happening there. I'm watching an ad on, never mind. Anyhow, takes you to my website, and I have loads of product on my website, lots of product that I use, traveler's notebooks, mini book kits, traveler's notebook kits, and then all the fun things that go with them. So, if you have not checked that out yesterday or today, I have a good size sale happening right now for International Scrapbook Day, and that will run through end of day tomorrow, Sunday, May 8th. So you can shop if you want. No coupon codes needed. All of the prices, anything that's on sale, marked down. Anyhow, so yes, if you're live, there's a live chat that takes place. And depending on how your screen is set up, you may see it on the right-hand side of the screen. That's where I see it. But that's how I'm interacting with lots of people, and I know that they're here. So if you are new, I would love it if you just pop into the chat and say hi, especially if you want to say I'm new. It is such a welcoming group. I can't even tell you. It's a wonderful community. Everybody is super nice and friendly and helpful. So I encourage you to hop in the chat. Now, that takes me to those of you that hang out with us a lot, but are more lurkers and you don't really ever pop in. Today, do me a favor. Just pop in the chat and say hi, just because I would love to see you. You guys always see me, but then I can see you too. So we'll do a little bit of chat and then we will get started. So today, because we're having a big celebration, a couple things I need to talk about. When we do these kind of all day sessions, I have to break them into 2 different sessions. And it's not the same session repeated. It's just to give me an hour break in between so I can catch my breath, so I can grab something to eat, so I can go potty, have something to drink to make sure I stay hydrated, and then just kind of chill for a little bit. So we will be doing that again today since we're doing an all-dayer. Our first session this morning started at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and we'll run until noon Pacific time. So we'll do 3 hours this morning, and then we'll take an hour break. And I'm always trying to translate in my head because I'm Mountain Time, and I never tell people Mountain Time because sometimes people are like, I don't even know what Mountain Time is. We are just to the west of Pacific Time in the US. So, excuse me, east. Wow, I totally confuse things. West would be the ocean. We're east of, it goes Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern, and then I know there's some weird, more little time zones up. I shouldn't say weird. You get up to northeastern Canada, and then it gets a little funky up there in terms of another time zone. And it's a half an hour difference. So yes, I know because I've been there. Anyhow, first session, 9 to 12 Pacific. Second section would then be 1 to 4 Pacific. And we'll have to cut it short a little bit today. So we'll end at 4 Pacific today because I have some prior commitments that I have this evening. So that is our plan today. Yes, Terry, thank you. I just happened to see that. And that's a good point. When I'm talking, I can't look at the chat because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. When I glanced at the chat, I saw that Terry had left a comment in all uppercase, and that just really stands out. So if you are commenting and you have a question for me, like I said, Terry said cute jacket. Oh, look at Kim said good morning. Now I can see ahead of me. Hi, Val. Val, I got your text tomorrow morning. Okay. I don't know if I'll be here, so in front of the door. Okay. Yeah, so now if I get close enough, I can see your comments up here. But then I have to do this with my readers, and it's kind of hard to see, and then you might see it my nose, and nobody wants to see that. All right, friends. So, yes, if you have a question and you put it in the chat, if you're live and I miss it, don't be shy. Feel free to ask the question again. Just put it in all uppercase, and then I might see it. But there's also, you can still ask a question because there's a ton of people in the group that have a lot of knowledge. They may be able to help answer the question if I miss it. Just if I miss it, it's not you, it's me. I just didn't see it or I got sidetracked. All right. Oh, it is Joy. It's Kentucky Derby Day. Oh, I should have worn, well, I don't have one, but should have worn like a fascinator. Yes, Kim is Tulsa. Okay. What are you guys doing today? I'm curious because it is International Scrapbook Day. Are you guys going to be listing with me? I will today be doing listing and some memory keeping as well. Now, secret, it's all the same. It's all the same to me, whether I'm adding photos or not. But I will be doing some things that I would consider a little bit more specific to memory keeping later in the morning session, and then also first off in the afternoon session. So I'm just curious what you guys are doing. Sometimes I know you're working, you're cleaning house, you are listing with us. Some of you are working on other projects. I saw someone was organizing her craft space. So just curious what you guys are doing. Oh, Karen, your condo almost got hit by a tornado. That is insane. Oh, Nicole, that sounds fun. Kentucky Derby party. Ooh, that'll be a lot of fun. And so Nicole just said, and this is a good point, you guys can always watch a replay. So if you miss part of this morning or part of this afternoon, or you miss it all, you can always watch the replay. So that's our plan for today. Now, prizes. I just remembered I forgot to draw this morning our prize from 2 weeks ago. I was kind of running around a little bit crazy like a chicken with my head cut off, even though I was been up since about 5:30. So I forgot to draw the prize from 2 weeks ago when we were together. I will do that tomorrow. But prizes, I always love to do prizes when we are together here on Saturdays. And I usually do one, sometimes one or two more. But when we do our all-day celebrations, I do lots more prizes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 prizes planned for today. And I will split those up between the morning session and afternoon session. Some of those will be, you need to be present to win. So they will be prizes I give away live. And others, you will just leave a comment on either video, on either session, anytime in between end of today when the videos are over, all the way up until 2 weeks from now. And then I will draw some random prizes. Or I'll draw, I know what the prizes are. The prizes aren't random. I'll draw random comments for the prizes. I can't remember if I told you that. That's how you enter. That's how you enter to win. Once the video is over, you leave a comment on the video, not in the chat, but comment on the video. And in that way, those of you that are live can still participate in those. But those of you that can't watch live and are watching the replay, you can also participate in those prizes as well. I know Terry said, pick me, pick me. Carolyn, thank you. My little jacket. Yeah, it's like a little, you know, it's kind of like a little bomber jacket. So it's quite fun. Thank you. Okay, let's see. All right, guys. So I think, and lots of chat going on. Oh, hi, Sherry from Pennsylvania. You spell your name Cheri like a very dear friend of mine. Also, Sherry. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about yesterday for a second, you guys. So sale went live yesterday at 8 a.m. Pacific, and it went really well. It's still going well. It went really well. It went so well that you guys crashed my website a couple times, which is a good thing, but not a good thing. So the first thing that happened, it was giving off an invalid link error. So when you were trying to go to the page that had, or the pages that had all the sale items, it was telling you that that page wasn't there. Well, it was there. That's the first step that I knew something was going on. And then I started getting emails from people saying, oh my gosh, my cart was there and then it just completely emptied. And I started looking at things, and when I went to try to go to the front end of my website, I was getting the same message that you guys were, which was like a gray screen and something that was saying something, 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 and try again. So I'm pretty sure we're well beyond that. I think that just happened maybe for the first hour or two in the morning. But if you experienced that frustration, I'm so sorry. Sometimes, I mean, that's completely out of my, yeah, it just, things like that happen. And you've probably had that happen before if you tried to, I don't know, buy something at some point, and lots of people were trying to do the same thing. So I apologize for that. And I apologize if you lost anything in your cart, then that was gone later. So sorry. Oh, Mom, hold on. I just saw someone say hi, Lael's mom. So I did not, oh, there she is. Hi. Yes. And that's a good point. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I will see her tomorrow. But not only this weekend are we celebrating International Scrapbook Day, but we are also celebrating Mother's Day. And I know for some of us, I shouldn't say some of us, some of you, it is a very hard day tomorrow. So just take care of yourself. If you are a mom, if you want to be mom and are not a mom, if you are a pet mom, if you are like a mom, if you are a bonus mom, whatever it is, just take care of yourself tomorrow. Tomorrow's a day for you. So if you want to say no and you want to say, you know what, I want to sleep all day, then it's your day. So you should take care of you. Whatever you need to do, take care of you. Dog mom. Yes. Dog mom, cat mom. I don't know, gerbil mom, pet rock mom. Neighborhood pet mom, neighborhood little kid mom, grandma too, right? Grandmas. Is Colleen here today? I'm curious if we've seen Colleen today. You guys know Colleen is with us quite a bit. Yesterday was Colleen's birthday, so happy birthday, Colleen. All right, guys. Oh, okay, so jacket. Somebody just asked, a couple people, it looks like, have asked about my jacket. I think I got it on Amazon. So I will add the link tomorrow in the Facebook groups. There's a Lael by Mail Facebook group. It's a private group. You just have to request to be added to the group. So go to Facebook and search for Lael by Mail. You'll see a page in a group. Ask to be part of the group, and I will link that tomorrow. And it was not expensive. I mean, it was like, for sure, like under $30. So it's a bargain. Okay, guys. Yes, and Susan. Also, if you recently lost your mom, because I know it's, like I said, tomorrow's kind of tomorrow I know is hard for a lot of people. So like I said, take care of yourself. Hi, Colleen. Yes, I saw it. Wait, did I see her? Hi, Judith K. Nice to see you. All right, guys. I think, I have one more housekeeping item. So we will not be together next Saturday. Next Saturday is Saturday the 14th. My niece graduated from college yesterday, so there is a family party for her. So we will not be together next Saturday, but we will be together the Saturday after that. Okay, and then we're going to kind of go on and off this month. We will also not be together Memorial Day weekend because I will be out of town. All right, friends. Hi, Teresa just got here. Yeah, Teresa, we're still chatting. We're just kind of chatting a little bit this morning before we get started taking care of all of just the little details. Why don't we start this morning with a giveaway, okay? This giveaway is going to be open to everyone, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. So what that means is if you're watching live, make sure to come back as soon as the video is over at noon Pacific. Leave a comment on the video because I will be drawing this prize very specifically and that anyone has a chance to win. That prize is, how about a little $50 gift certificate to my website so you can buy whatever prize you want, okay? So leave a comment on the video once it's over. And some very lucky random winner will win that. But why don't we also do right now a giveaway before I flip the camera, a giveaway for those of you that are watching live. Now, if you have not participated in my live giveaways before, you probably want to jump in the chat because it has something to do with the chat. I will show you what the giveaway is. And then at maybe 5 minutes later, whenever that is, we never know, I will just stop and I will take my finger on the comments and scroll up. And wherever my finger stops, that's the person that wins. So that's to encourage you to kind of jump in the chat and say hi. Okay, so yes, always the chat. Okay, so yesterday I added 4 brand new traveler's notebooks to my website. And also added a mixed media insert. Oh my gosh, you guys, mixed media inserts that you guys have, they've been selling like hotcakes, wildfire, whatever. So what I thought it would be fun to do, I am going to give away one of the brand new traveler's notebooks. So here they are. Look at those. So there's an aqua. There's a navy stripe. There is kind of a goldish coppery stripe. And then there's that kind of gold polka dot. So these are the same size traveler's notebooks that you always see me using. And for this weekend, they're 10% off. They're marked down 10% off for International Scrapbook Day. So you'll find those on my website. This is the one that I'm going to give away. This is my favorite. I love navy. Navy is my favorite color. So I'm going to give this one away. And we'll look at the inside. It comes with an insert. Has kind of a nice little coppery, super neutral on the inside. And that's one of my favorite things about these traveler's notebooks is they're super neutral on the inside, meaning you can really add anything to the inside and you're not clashing with the pattern that's there. Okay, so that one, giveaway. I know that navy stripe, I just love. All right, so for that, in the chat, that's how I'm going to give it away. So let me get these out of the way for a set. And I need to have I'm going to hydrate for a minute. So I'm going to have a coffee really quick. And then I'm going to have some water. Okay, coffee. Susan M. Okay, Susan, I remember you. Susan, I'm so glad I just saw your comment. Susan MNO. She was with us a couple of weeks ago, maybe, and she had said in the comments that she was not like, what do you do when you're not feeling inspired? And I can't remember, Susan, if you emailed me later after the fact or left a comment, but I was asking if you weren't inspired at the moment or you'd kind of lost all of your kind of creativity for feeling inspired. And she had said the latter. She just wasn't feeling creative anymore. And I said, that makes me so sad because the joy that I get in what we do and all of the creating, whatever kind of creating you do, whether you list or whether you do traveler's notebooks or whether you do mini books or scrapbooking or knitting or painting or needlepoint, whatever it is. I think the reason that we all do those things is because we get so much joy and pleasure out of it. So it makes me sad when someone has lost that kind of will to do that. So Susan just said she's going to try to jump in today and maybe do something with this. So I love that. I love that for you. I love that for you, Susan. Will the wide inserts fit in the navy? Yes, absolutely. These are the same size traveler's notebooks that I always use. So the inserts that I sell on my website, the standard and the standard wide, will all fit these, okay? So you're good. In fact, if we look at, let's see, I'll just show you for reference. Oopsie, traveler's notebooks down, 4 on the floor. That is one of the ones I have on my website. That's the red scallop. For reference, you see those two? See how they are the exact same size. So, yep, those will fit the traveler's notebook inserts that we always use, that I always use, and lots of you guys use too. All right, let's see. Marie, you're sweet. Marie said you are inspiring. Thank you, Marie. That's very nice of you. Who makes the TNs? So Kathy, no one that we know. Okay, they're not made by Webster's Pages. They're not made by Carpe Diem. They're not made by Doodlebug. They're not made by Echo Park. I had to look long and hard to find them. They are not Webster's, but they are similar to the Webster's design. Okay, similar to the Webster's design. And the Websters are something I carry on my website as well. Nice quality. Yes, still very, very nice quality. Yes, Susan, I did remember you. Because what you said really touched me. Okay. Okay. I'm totally sidetracked by the chat. And I will tell you something I just saw. Carolyn left a comment and she said, Lael designs one next. Actually, in the works already, friends. In the works. Sourcing right now with China. So I will, at some point this year, have my own traveler's notebooks, which I'm very excited about. But it's a long process because I have to first find a factory and then I have to get samples from them to make sure that the quality is good. I have a designer who's going to work on pattern for me. There will for sure be one pattern one. So it's all in the works. But yes, I'm very excited about that. Yes. Okay. All right, friends. Let's go ahead and I think I talked about all of the little housekeeping. Oh, you know what? Why don't we right now? Let's do, let me do the giveaway for the navy striped one. So I am going to come, right over here, okay, right over here to my iPad, and I scroll up, and it stops on, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. It stops on Terry Leto. I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly, Terry, but all I do, I scroll up, and where my finger stops, that's who wins. So Terry, congratulations. Terry, shoot me an email. Please put Navy TN winner in the subject line so I can try to keep track of the prizes. All right, but don't worry. Nobody be sad if you didn't win yet because there'll be lots more opportunities. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera and get started. That frog in my throat is back again. All right, here we go. Flip. Yeah, there'll be lots more opportunities to win, friends. Jane, I love it. Jane, hi, Jane. Jane that lives in, you moved from Pennsylvania. Yeah, is that the Jane that you're now in Brussels? Maybe, yeah. Hi, Susan. Okay. Kim, thank you. Yes, jacket. You guys, I will be linking the jacket in the Facebook group tomorrow, or maybe during the break. We'll see. Nicole just asked a quick question. Nicole said, can you tell us what you'll be teaching at the Holiday Crop and Create? Yes, I will be teaching a holiday-themed traveler's notebook, and it will be exclusive to that virtual event. You won't see that anywhere else. Okay. Hi from rainy Pennsylvania, Lorraine, and really, we're just getting going. You know, it's International Scrapbook Day, so we need to be able to chat a little bit. Chat a little bit, let's be honest. I'm a chatter. I chat all the time, but just spend a little bit more time. Chatting ahead of time. Joe said, how about Ready, Set, Create? That is another, that's an in-person event that I'll be teaching. It's sold out. I will be teaching a really fun mini book. a really fun mini book, totally different than anything we've ever done. So Joe, that'll be fun. Terry, no new Lail by Mail product reveals today. New stamp sets, probably, well, for sure before the end of the month, but not yet. All right, guys. Oh, did I plug in my phone? Thank you, Lorraine. I just saw that. I did not plug in my phone, so let's get that done. I already have my face fan going because, you know, menopause. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. So let's start out by looking at, hi, Susan. Let's start out by looking at Susan. Now I remember that K Millennia is always you. All right, we're gonna look at our lists from 2 weeks ago when we were together. St. Pete, Florida. Oh, you live in a beautiful place. All right. My long story, but my traveler's notebook is not in its normal state. Okay, and don't worry why. It will be as soon as I finish. I need to recover it, but it's a leftover from one of our when we were together last for one of our all-day sessions. All right, Mitzi, will someone explain to Mitzi what crop and create is in the chat? If you would do that, that'd be so awesome. That'd be so awesome. Okay, Joe and Susan, if you guys want to get together a squirrel shod list of RSC people, that'd be a great thing to do in the Facebook group. Okay, all right. List from last week. Oh my goodness. You guys, sleeping. I've been having a heck of a time. 2 hours. This is part of my problem right now. 2 hours. I get 2 hours sleep on Thursday night. So, yeah. All right. So let's look at our 3 lists that we did 2 weeks ago. This was the first list, and it was a finish up. It was a carryover from the week before that. But you know you're hungry when. And on both of these lists, I had used the Florence Alpha stickers from Bella Boulevard, and we will be using those again today. Let's see. Michelle said, is anyone else's screen blurry? It's very out of focus. I'll have you guys pop into the chat, but Michelle, it's not blurry for me. So usually what that means is it's on your end. And usually what happens with YouTube will set the resolution or the quality of the video to what it thinks it should be for you. And that's each individual person watching. The bottom window of the little video player, you'll see a little gear. Click on the gear and change the quality settings, and then it'll be amazing, okay? But I'm glad that you asked that question. Yeah, so just adjust the quality, and that's with any YouTube video. That also happens on Facebook as well with videos. So that should fix it for you. If not, sometimes if you close the window down and then open it back up, then it'll be better. All right, so that was it. You know you're hungry when. And then our next list, oh, I loved this list. I had so much fun with this list. This was favorite love songs. I love music. We talk about music a lot here because I love music. I don't sing. Well, I don't sing. I shouldn't sing. I don't sing. And I don't play any instruments, but I love music. So this topic was favorite love songs. And we played with the Pretty Little Studio Wildflowers collection. This was one of the papers from the 8x8 paper pack. And I cut the rainbow out of it and then kind of built my list around it. Used some stickers and die cuts from that collection. So that was a fun one. I finished that up. We hadn't quite finished it last week, but I finished it up this week and posted that on social media. Now, I also have not finished this list. I will finish this list. I need to finish this list this week. And now I remember I said we'd continue it today, but we're not going to continue it today. We've got too many other things to do. So this one was favorite movies on repeat. This list, we started out using the Spectrum collection, the Spectrum Sherbet collection from 49 Market. Oh my goodness, this collection is stunning. I have a number of the components to the collection, the products in the collections are sold out on my website, but they are coming back. I have them on order. So they will start trickling in this week. If you see a product on my website that's sold out, there is a little button that says email me when available. So as soon as I add the product back to the website, it automatically triggers an email to you. So it's the best way if you see something sold out. After this weekend, things are going too quickly in terms of the things that have been on sale for International Scrapbook Day. So I haven't been able to turn those off yet. Once a product is sold out, either from a manufacturer, I won't be bringing it in again, I will archive it on my website. So that's kind of how you know if something's coming back or not. If you can still see it and it's sold out, then it should be coming back. All right. Yeah, listing favorite movies or favorite movies on repeat. So I have my list ready to go, just hadn't quite had a chance to finish that yet. So, oh, I know. So Michelle, so you know what? Maybe try to close down your window and then open it back up again. If that doesn't work, then you can try, if you use maybe a different browser. So like sometimes if that's happening to me, I'll close down Safari and get in Chrome or something like that. All right. So, oh, guess what? I think, well, for our first list, we will not be able to do I don't want to do my first list in this one. So I need a brand new insert. I didn't even pay attention yet to know that I am, okay, here we go. Here's a new insert. Good thing, because I can't have Nick get me anything today because he's golfing. Lee Brown said, glad I found this. Lee, are you new here? If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome too. Okay, so our first list, I'm actually going to come back in. Probably our second list I will do on these last two pages in my insert. But our first list, I'm going to start a brand new insert. So let's put this off to the side for a sec. And new insert. So our first list today is something called About Last Month. Now, About Last Month is a list that I have done. Oh my gosh, we've been doing About Last Month, you guys, for, ooh, I want you to see those prizes. We got to keep something exciting. About Last Month, we've been doing this guy almost, I guess this summer it'll be 2 years. So Kim, are we going to rebind this book today? We're not. What I said I would do is that I would record a video. I would record a video and then you guys could watch the video of me like taking, because it'll probably take me, I don't know, about 15 or 20 minutes to completely do this. So I'll record a video and put it on my YouTube page and then you guys can watch that in the tool that I use to do that. So About Last Month. About Last Month is basically how I recap what happened in my life the prior month. So this was January. And I have a new format that I'm using for 2022. And I am also using the year in review or About Last Month stamp set. So I will use that every month. And I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos on the right and then my list on the left. What is really fun for me about this list every month is that I don't really even have to think, because it's the same format all of the time. All I have to do is get the photos that I want and then really decide kind of what product I want to use. But the design work is all, it's already pre-thought out because I do the same thing every month. So you'll see that, that's January. Let's see. There's February, right? Same format, makes it super easy. January, February, and then March is in here somewhere, right? Oh, there we go. There's March. Kathy just asked a question. Kathy said, does anyone know what video Lael showed us how to stamp the ink swatches? Kathy, that would have been March 13th. And I know that because that was our 1 year anniversary. So it was one of the two there. I will also probably do another, like a specific video for that one as well. Okay, so we are going to do About Last Month for the month of April. Brand new insert. I always skip the first page. Well, I'm skipping the first page right now. I don't know, maybe sometime towards the end of the month, we might have a new little stamp set that will help us with the front page. It's one of the biggest questions I get is, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with the first page in my insert. So new stamp set coming to help out with that. Alrighty, so this is always a double page spread. And I have pre-printed my photo. Hi, Linda from the Netherlands. Nice to see you. Oh, good, Michelle. It sounds like you fixed it. I'm glad you fixed that. You've got the quality good now. All right. So I always print my photo ahead of time. I use the Epson PictureMate PM400 printer. It is an awesome little workhorse printer. It does 3.5 by 5s, 4 by 6s, and 5 by 7s, and that's what you guys see me sometimes use when I actually show you kind of how that works. But I have pre-printed that and I'm ready to go. I printed it on a 5 by 7 and that will end up going over here along the right-hand side. One question that someone asked, someone sent me an email. I don't remember who it is. It's still in my email with a flag on it to follow up. But she said, on the 5 by 7s, did I do something wrong or do I not have the right size paper? Because it's a little bit too wide for my insert. Now, your insert is 5 by 8.25. This is a 5 by 7 print, so it is also 5. But if I put this down, this print is a little tiny bit wider. The reason it's a little tiny bit wider, this from left to right is 5 by 7, the cover, right? That is 5 by 7. But once we get to the inside, it's a little tiny bit less wide than 5 because we lose a little bit right in here for the margin. So I just need to trim down the side of this, just a little tiny bit. I'll trim down a little bit from that edge and then I'll be good to go. I don't know, I feel like my fingers are, I don't know, I feel like I just want to make sure. I feel like my fingers might have makeup or dirt on them or something. I don't want to mess that up. All right, so now we should be good to go. Yep, see, I just needed to trim a little tiny bit. In the video that I promised you guys, it's coming, I promise. In the video where I do kind of the full walkthrough of that printer and show you the app that you can use with it that has all the tips and tricks. One of the cool things that you guys taught me was that you can actually readjust the spacing between the photos. So we'll talk about that as well, because if you readjust the spacing in between the photos, then you don't have to worry about maybe getting in the way of, one of your photos if you're cutting it off. All right, so there we go. The product that I'm going to use, and I want to start with the product first before I pick my e-colors. Product I am going to use, Sweet Rush. Sweet Rush. Oh, it does. Okay, we need to talk about that again then really quick, Scrapped NH. Scrapped NH said, Persnickety Prints is having a sale and it includes TN-sized prints. So, Persnickety Prints now has 2 different Traveler's Notebook-sized prints. They had the regular standard size, which is 4.33 by 8.25, but I use standard wide inserts, so 5 by 8.25. I know Shari, and Shari owns Persnickety Prints, and we were together at an event, and we started talking, and what came out of that conversation was they did something really awesome for us that use standard wide Traveler's Notebooks. They now do our standard wide sized photos. And that is what this photo is, minus those things. I added those. So this is from Persnickety Prints, persnicketyprints.com, and they are having a sale this weekend. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I didn't know if it had the Traveler's Notebook prints as part of that sale. So, yes. If you want to print a larger photo and you don't necessarily know how to do that, Persnickety Prints can do it for you. You just upload. All right, back to, I want to leave that there. Let's go back to this guy. Okay, Sweet Rush. Yes, oh my gosh, Sweet Rush. Our dear friend, Vicki Booten. This is one of her brand new collections, Sweet Brush. And April is kind of it's a little bit of a harder month, I'm going to say, when it comes to what kind of product I want to use, because it's not spring, it's not winter, it's not kind of lovey Valentine's, it's not summer. So you need something that is a little bit more neutral and playful, right? and that is Sweet Rush. Sweet Rush is super super neutral, super playful, but color. Okay, so I have not used Sweet Rush yet. You can see. I have Sweet Rush on my website, and you'll see it linked in the description of the video. So let's take a look at, let's see what we have here. The stickers. So stickers, sticker book. So our sticker book is going to give us some smaller stickers. So you know what could kind of be fun? Loving this day could be fun because really this is just a run-on list of things that happened in the month of April. So loving this day could totally work. But we need to pull these guys out. Let's get these guys pulled out too so we can see what we have here. These, there are two different two different die cut or ephemera packs with Sweet Rush. They're the icon pack and the journaling pack. So I'm opening the icon pack right now. Now, what's so awesome about Vicki, and Vicki is a very dear friend of mine. So I know what's so awesome about Vicki is that she is like, she's one of us, okay? She crafts, and she knows what she wants as a crafter. Those are both fun. She knows what she wants as a crafter. She knows that when she's crafting, sometimes she needs big pieces and sometimes she needs little pieces. I'm just trying to, ooh, if you have something tropical, look at those two. Those would be fun. But she knows what she wants as a crafter. She knows sometimes you need big pieces. So look at how big these pieces are. These are great if you are doing maybe a mini book or maybe you're doing a layout, right? A layout. I mean, these are perfect size for a layout. Sometimes we work with manufacturers, right? Some of their products and we're like, everything's so teeny. We need sometimes things that are bigger. So that's what I think makes, maybe that one, Vicki's products. So, oh, this would totally work for what I did last month. I think that's what makes Vicki's products so good is because she's one of us. She knows what we want and she gives it to us because she wants it too. That, so fun. All right, let's see. We might end up putting some flowers in here. All right. I'm just kind of looking to see what speaks to me as I start going through everything. I fill up this space. So I leave this print that I selected has room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 photos. But I like to leave this space right here for decorating, right? Love to leave the space for decorating. So I think I also want to use some washi. This is the washi in the collection. I haven't even had time to open any of this yet. And play. The playtime. That's when your business is this. Playtime is hard to come by. And that is one of the reasons why I love our Saturdays so much. Because this is when I play. This is when I play. Now, I'm a sucker for a good rainbow. So we may end up using that one. That is, oh, no, that's yummy too. Oh, ooh, that's fun too. Okay, sidetracked. All right, so let's see what we have that we want to use. I'm just looking over here and looking at sticker book. Fun things, cool stuff, carefree. Those things could be fun as well. The hello is kind of fun. All right, let's look at the scale of these. So sticker book. Sticker book, in a lot of cases, the scale of the stickers smaller than the 6x12 sheet. So sometimes they work better for smaller areas like we have. I don't know. This loving this day, though, still just keeps kind of calling out to me. So if this went here, that's kind of a good spot that kind of fills in that space that I have right there. Mitzi, yes, it is printed on 5x7 photo paper. And Lee is new. Welcome, Lee. I'm glad that you said hello. All right, so if this goes here, I need something to come up here a little bit, right? So, I don't know, the road trip, yeah, road trip isn't really gonna work because, I mean, it could, because we did actually do a road trip in this month. But you know what? Look it. If I wanted, now we don't have a Volkswagen Bug, but I don't need to be. I don't need to be exactly. You know what I mean. This could go here. I think that's a good. See this? The difference in scale. This I was kind of struggling with because it didn't really fit, but this could fit really well right there. So I like those two together. And then I need something that's going to go right in that area. Now, before I go any further, I need to add washi. So I'm going to add 2 different washies. I'm going to just stick these stickers temporarily on my little iPad stand there. And I'm going to use 2 different washi. And I think, oh, coffee's in the way. That's not a good thing. Move that out of the way. So before I commit, right? Because once I commit, it's photo, I'm done. I can't change something. So I think what I will do, I am going to see, this is one of my washis, Lail by Mail washi. It is that black scallop. It's like the perfect little black dress of washi. And then I am going to look at this rainbow. You know what's funny? I'd have to pull out my traveler's notebooks and see. Oh yes, look at those 2 together. That's it. That is what I'm going to do, those 2 together. And then adding that black there will help with that sticker. So, so it's going to group kind of all of that together. What's fun about the black too, the bottom of it is transparent. So you don't see kind of that bottom part. It just blends right in with whatever, whoopsie. It just blends with right in with whatever you are, whatever you're putting it on. All right, and that, if you missed it, because you might see this, this we did a couple weeks ago when we were together. This is the washi from Spectrum Sherbet, which, love it. Sorry for that sound effect. All right, so I love washi. If you are new, I use washi on almost everything I do. It just sometimes, like right here, I'm gonna have some open space, and this will be a great filler. So I am going to add my washi. Let's see, actually, what I should probably do first is add this one. No, I don't want to add this one because this one is going to end up a little bit on the top of that one. So let's do this one first. We'll just have to make sure that we leave enough room for that guy. So I'll just put that there, right there for a second for a placeholder. And then this guy will go probably just right about there. I think that'll be good. All right, now, this obviously has to go from one page to the other. I will come in and snip that. The reason I snip that is if you are recovering your insert once you're done, you want to snip that because you won't be able to take it apart with the page, with it still washi together. And then I'll just kind of piece that back right in there. Can you guys hear that? My face fan? My face fan. Menopause. So that's got to be running right now. I made sure it was well charged before. All right, then, because if one roll of washi or one washi pattern is good, well, 2 is better, right? For sure. And that also, that black against there just makes those colors just like pop, right? I know what I was going to say a minute ago. I'm pretty sure if I pulled out my Traveler's Notebooks inserts from the past, I think I used maybe Color Study, I bet, for April last year. I think I did. Oh, Karen, I'm glad you're using it. Karen said I was more of a washi collector. Thank you for the ideas. I use it much more now in my Traveler's Notebook. You know what we'll have to do one of these Saturdays? I've done a couple different classes on all different kinds of ideas on using your washi. So I'll have to do kind of just a little, whoopsie, gotta cut this. I'll have to kind of do a little rundown. We'll kind of do one of those maybe in one of our sessions here in the future, just to give you a whole bunch of different ideas on using washi. You know what I should probably do? I should probably just make that its own video so that people could go back and watch it easily. All right, so there we go. And then the Loving This Day was going to go here. And then our little VW is going to go, I think, maybe right in here. How about that? Yeah, that's good. Pop that guy there. Oh, I probably didn't quite want to do that yet because I have to figure out what's going to go right there. And it's probably going to be some sort of flower. Some sort of flower. Now that is really big. But I don't know, it may end up being there because it's probably That's probably going to be the best thing. Let's look at the sticker book and see. Oh, I think those are fun. I love these. I've got to do something fun with those. Love those. All right. So I think maybe this guy. Let's look at one of these little flowers. So this, I like the color. I like the flower, but I think it's just a little bit too big. Okay, it's just a little bit too big. So we're gonna go a little bit smaller. Yes, I'll do it as a video. I'll do it as a video, Karen. I think that will probably be more helpful for people as opposed on one of our sessions. Then I'll just say, hey, if you need washi ideas, go watch this video. All right, so now, do we see my problem now? Now it's like just a little bit too small, right? Because then I'd have too much white space around it. So what if we turn it? Yeah, it doesn't really turn either. So a lot of times when we're working, I like to talk about why something doesn't work. So let's talk about this a little bit, all right? If I turn it this way, it doesn't work because now I create trapped white space right there. I create that trapped white space and then it's just like, it's just like screaming. And I'm not worried about that little white space because I can put something there. But if I turn it this way, then I have white there and white there. So as much as I thought that sticker was going to work, it's not. It's just a little bit too small. Whoopsie. All right, so let's find another one. Maybe this guy. And I think this guy isn't going to work either, and I know why. Because this guy, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it either. I don't know why. Sometimes we just try something and it just, nothing necessarily wrong with it. It just doesn't feel like it's right. So let's look at this one now. So, all right, this guy, if I put it this way, it doesn't work because I have white space, and then it's just kind of odd. But if I rotate it a little bit, look at it. That works. That's what I need. So that is the sticker that I'm going to use because it fits there. And I'm not worried about those little kind of teeny white spaces. It's not, well, that's where it's going because I am now, yep, it's going. When you're working with photos and stickers and photos and washi tape, where it lands is where it's going to be. It's almost impossible without ruining things once it sticks to try to pull it off. So there we go. That is where that is sticking. I might have rotated it a tad bit more, but no worries. That's where it's going. And then I just snip off those little edges. They bleed a little bit off the edge. So, all right. So now I have maybe just a couple of spaces that I want to fill. On this sticker sheet, there's some really fun stars. So I could add stars. Oh, where are the puffy stickers? Where are the puffy stickers? Now you'll see what I'm going to do with these guys in a minute. Where did they go? Vicky! Vicky's on vacation right now. All right, so I don't know what I did with the puffy stickers, you guys. Puffy stickers with the collection, but I don't know where they went. So I thought I would find something in there that would be small that could work, but I don't know what happened to them. So let's look. Those hearts are a little bit too big, but these little hearts could work. But what I also pulled out, I was noticing this morning. There are some colors in wildflowers that actually coordinate really well with Sweet Rush. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to take some of these little heart stickers. This is from the Love More set. Pretty little studio. I carry tons of their products, but Wildflowers is also on the website. So let's look at a couple hearts. We could do maybe this little guy. Let's see. Oh, okay. We'll put one there. That's filling up that little space. And it's small enough. I like that it's small and a little bit smaller than that guy. And then I need, oh, a yellow, right? Yellow's always good. I love yellow. You guys know that. I love navy and I love yellow. Although here's the deal. We talk about this too. I love yellow in crafting. Unfortunately, I cannot wear yellow. It's hard for blondes to pull off sometimes. And I always look like just, I don't know, death wormed over. And I once tried yellow nail polish, like an OPI. Oh my gosh, I looked like a corpse. It really was bad. So yellow and nail don't mix in clothing. Hi, Brenda. Okay, I have to call Brenda out. Brenda Galloway, or no, Brenda Galloway said, hi, Lael, first time here. Love travelers, notebooks, and junk journals. Brenda, welcome. It is nice to have you here. I love it when we have, you guys know I love everyone. I love everyone equally. But I love it when we have newbies, and I love it when you are new and you say hello, because then we know you're here and everyone can say hi and welcome you. All right. So now we are ready to pick a color for our stamping. Let's look at kind of what I'm talking about. With the stamp set, with my stamp set, kind of it all revolves around this grid. I looked like a corpse. Words I never thought I'd hear here, right? I know. You never thought, but guess what? You never know, Karen, what you're going to hear here, right? You never know. All right, so kind of works around that grid. And the grid pattern works really well because we kind of have the grid also going on our photos. So I think I will do 2 colors again. And I say again because here I did 2 colors. In February, I think I did 2 colors, did I? I did 2 colors in February, but in January, well, I guess technically I did 2 colors, but I did black and then a blue. So this color, that color could be really fun. Let's grab our ink swatch. My ink swatches. These swatches I have put together using my Swatch This inks, right? Swatch, what the heck? Hang on, brain is not functioning. Bear with me. Quick timeout. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Swatch This inks. It is this set. Swatch This ink. So I swatch all my inks, and I swatch all of my inks because I need to know when I'm looking for a color to match. It is much easier for me to pull out this little swatch book that I made as opposed to trying to pull out all my ink pads and then decide what goes with it. That one is going to be, I want to say that's Kitsch Flamingo, maybe? Let's look. And I organize them by Roy G. Biv. Color of the Rainbow. Nope, it's not. Picked Raspberry. It's Picked Raspberry. So I think Picked Raspberry could be fun here. Picked Raspberry could be fun. Or maybe the teal. The teal could be fun too. Let's now look to the greenish, bluish teals. Cracked Pistachio. Nah, not teal enough. And now we're in the greens. Evergreen Bough. So, yeah, no, I think that's going to be just a little bit too dark. You know what I wonder? Now, some of you already know the answer to this, but I use inks solely for stamping. I am not a mixed media person. Vicky's going to teach me, but I'm not a mixed media person. So what I don't know here, I'm going to pull out a couple of inks. I'm going to pull out Picked Raspberry, and I'm going to pull out Squeezed Lemonade and Mustard Seed. And we're going to play with those. So just a little kind of organizing tip. I also organize all of my inks in the same order that I have my swatches so that it's really easy for me to find them. So there's Picked Raspberry. And then I need a couple of yellows. So let's grab that next tray. Squeezed Lemonade and Mustard Seed. All right. I prefer the Distress Oxides and as opposed to the Distress inks. Distress Oxides are a pigment-based ink. I like, I kind of call them like a juicy ink. I like a really nice, solid impression. And a pigment-based ink will generally give you that. There are properties, both inks, the Distress Oxides and the Distress inks have different properties depending on what you're trying to do. If you are trying to blend them or do it with mixed media or add water, I couldn't tell you which one is better. All I know is what I like, and I like Distress Oxides when I stamp. So I have a link in the description box of the video down below. There is a link to a couple of articles on scrapbook.com about difference between Distress Oxides and Distress inks if you are using them for mixed media, and what properties are each have and which one would be better based on what you're trying to do. There's also another link to an article about pigment inks versus dye inks. So really good articles. And if you want to know more about inks, that's where I say to go, because I am not the expert. I just know what I like. All right. So what I'm wondering is, what if I use these two together? And what if, so generally when I use two inks, the darker one is that grid and the lighter one is, I put on top of the darker. So let's try that. Picked raspberry with one of these two on top. So I'm going to put this out of the way for a second, and also this out of the way. And let's go ahead and get our stamping block set. So this pack of stamping blocks I have on my website, and I really enjoy it because it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have lots of different sizes in that same little set. For this particular stamp set, I always use this guy because I need to make sure I have a block that is big enough to fit that grid. So let's first pull off. There's my 2022. Here's my grid, and I need the O, and I need the 4 because it's April. And then I also need, this guy, we need about last month. And then I need the month of April. And then I will use this smaller swatch because that will fit better than the larger one. All right, let's move all of this off to the side for now. It's gonna be a giant mess in here. It's always a giant mess after. Okay, so now I need to set these guys up on my ink, or on my my stamping block. So couple things that you want to remember if you're using this stamp set, because I am using it on a spread, right? I'm using it on a spread like this. When I set things down, I don't want to set it in the middle. If I set it in the middle, then I have part of my block on the other page, and I'm not going to be even, because this only has one page and this has a lot of pages. So I don't want to set it up in the center. Where I want to set it up is right justified, okay? So that when I stamp, then I have a nice kind of flat surface that I'm stamping on. I'm not worried about over here. So what I want to do is, this always confuses me because I have to think backwards. All right. If you are stamping with this stamp set, well, I'd say any kind of stamping, I think it's really helpful to have a stamping block that has lines on it or grids or something on it, so that you can line things up, right? So this little guy, I'm using that horizontal line to try to make sure that I get things fairly straight. All right, so, whoopsie, not straight there. All right, so this is how I'll be, actually, we need to go back over here more. I could have ahead of time, you guys, done all this and had it already pre-prepped to stamp, but I think it's helpful to hear someone's thought process and to understand why you want to do something and not want to do something another way, because then hopefully I prevent you from having to reset things a bunch of times, like sometimes I have to do. All right, there we go. So that will be ready to go right there. Now here, I need the 04. So this, my brain seriously struggles with this because it has to figure out the backwards, the mirror image or the backwards or whatever it is. And my brain doesn't work that way. I'm spatially challenged. That's where Nick's my husband. That's where Nick and I are a good pair. He is not spatially challenged. He can look at like a set of house plans and see the finished house. And I look at the set of house plans and I'm like, what the heck? I can't see anything. Let's see. Put line stamp on your desk and then put the back on top. Okay, yes. So let's talk about what Kathy just said. And Kathy, we've actually talked about that. You may have watched Victoria Calvin's video on scrapbook.com, because that's how I learned it too, which I thought was brilliant. So what Kathy's talking about, let me grab a different stamping block. What Kathy is talking about is, let's say I just want to stamp about last month. That's all I want is about last month. I can put it on my desk, and then I can put this here, and there you go. I have a perfectly placed stamp on my block. So that is way easy, right? So what I found though, in this particular setup, it's a little bit harder to do because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps that I'm trying to place. So it's a little bit harder, actually 6, to get them all lined up here. And then, so that's why I didn't do it here, but no, I love that. I love that tip because I think it is, it can make things really easy, especially if you're just stamping with a single stamp. We've also talked about the Misty too. I think I'll be using the Misty. I mean, I have plans to use the Misty this afternoon. So we'll kind of talk about that tool and how, hang on, I got to bring this closer to me so I can see. We'll talk about that tool and how that's another tool that you can use to help you get things even when you're trying to stamp. All right, the other thing is tweezers, especially when I have a smaller stamp like that. I find that tweezers are a lot easier for me to try to get a good placement than trying to use my my little fingers. All right, 04 April 2022, about last month. Now, never, ever would I ink this up and right now just stamp on that, because that is living on the edge and I don't live on the edge. I need to test this first. I need to do a couple things. I need to test it to make sure it's all lined up, that I like the way it looks. But also, if there is a stamp on here that I haven't used before, and I've used all these before, if there is a stamp that I have not used, that stamp needs to be primed first, okay? So your photopolymer, yeah, your photopolymer stamps come with a very, very, very thin, like microscopic thin coating on them. And so if you ever stamp with a stamp and it looks very like this, let me see if I can show you this. See how this kind of looks all spotty? A lot of times it's because that is the first time you've used that stamp, and it still has that little thin coating on it. So you can prime your stamp a couple of ways before you actually stamp it for what you want to stamp it with. You can prime your stamp by, I usually just prime by stamping, but you can take an eraser and you can erase off the top, that little thin layer off the top of the stamp. You could, I wouldn't do it on here, but you could do this on your sleeve. You could do it on your pants. You could do it on like a lint-free cloth, something like that. But I think it's just easier to prime by, stamping first, because I need to do that anyway. I need to test it out to make sure that it is all straight. And I got to get around this part to make sure it's straight. And if I'm using individual stamps that are alphas, letters, I need to make sure that things are spelled correctly and everything's lined up and all of that. And then ultimately I like it. I mean, I may pick an ink and then use it and think, oh, I don't like that, I need to change it. And I can do all that by testing it first. So I always test first. Alrighty, so let's go. Let's just do it here. When we stamp, we want to stamp with intention, okay? We do not want to be timid when we're stamping. You are timid, then you are going to maybe get a partial stamp. I got to get in there. You got to get in there and do it. You watched me on HSN long ago. Yes? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's fun. All right, so here we go. All right, so it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing is that My O and the 4 are not quite right. So I know what I need to do. I just realized this guy is actually, I think he's, I'm going to say upside down. And that may not make sense, but when I say it's upside down, there's a little bit more, excuse me, excess of the photopolymer up here than there is down here. And that is what caused that extra space right there. So if I just flip that, and now that there's ink on it, if I use my tweezers, I'll be happy because then I shouldn't get ink on my fingers. All right, oopsie, watch out. I am not going to re-ink that. I just want to test that 04. Oh yes, the 04 is much better. Much better now. All right, so what I want to see now, let's grab another one of our ink blocks. I want to see what it's going to look like if I put the yellow on top. And again, because I've tested here already, I can be playing around and decide if I like how that second layer looks on top, right? So I think before, what's going to be interesting, friends? I may, ooh, that looks quite fluorescent, doesn't it? I think the properties of the pink may start playing with the properties of the yellow. We may get a little orangey, we'll see. But actually, there's orange in that in Sweet Rush, so maybe it won't be bad. Let's see if we like this. Right on top. There we go. All right, you know what? It's good. I think it's good. Let's look. I want to put that back on. I need to check my fingers. Always check your fingers. Always check your fingers for ink. Because you don't want to have ink on your fingers and then go back to your project and then get ink all over your project. That's no fun. All righty, so let's look. I think we'll like that? Oh, I think we will. I like it. And I like the yellow. It just kind of brightens up that whole title. That is what we're going to do. So here we go. Oh, yeah, watch out. Watch out where you put things like this, because I didn't ruin anything, but I certainly could have. All right. One more thing about this, and this is just an old composition book. I do all of my stamp testing in this book, and it's nice because I'm not always looking for scratch paper, but sometimes I will see different combinations of things that I like. Obviously playing around with a lot of different things here with that stamp set, but if you just go to the dollar store or Walmart or whatever, if you're doing something like this, grab an old composition book and just do it all in there, because you can always go back and reference and kind of see what you had. All right, ink it up again. We are ready to ink up again. One thing, and this is just a personal preference, because obviously there's two different ways that you can get your ink on your stamp. You can apply the ink to the stamp, or you can apply the stamp to the ink. I prefer to apply the ink to the stamp. I feel like I have a little bit more control that way. In terms of, sometimes if you're inking your stamping block, you're inking your stamp, but you inadvertently ink your stamping block as well, and then you get ink on your stamping block. I find that I don't see that happen as much if I am applying my ink to the stamp. And that's just personal preference, right? I don't ever claim to be the expert on anything, especially stamping. Especially stamping with color, right? You guys know for a long time, I was a black ink stamper, but now I am embracing all the colors. Alrighty, so here we go. We're all inked up. Before I do that real quick, and I'm actually probably okay here, but I'm going to grab a pencil board. This is a pencil board that Nancy Gollison made for me and sent it to me. But a pencil board is basically a flat surface, and it's a flat surface for writing on or stamping on. Now here, I'm not too worried because I'm actually already have my, I'm not going to do that. I actually already have my flat surface. I'm really flat here, so I don't need to worry about that. But if I was trying to stamp like on this page, I would for sure want to have my pencil board underneath there, because I probably don't have a nice flat surface because I've got so much happening underneath it already. Whoopsie, just a little segue. All right, now I'm probably okay, but that's been sitting there. Oh yeah, it's been sitting there in front of my fan. So I probably just better add a little bit more ink here, because I like it nice and I like my impressions to be nice and juicy. And a pigment ink or the Distress Oxides generally will give you that. And again, that's just a personal preference. All right. Oh, golly. One more thing. I have, where are we? I'm going to have to ink that again, maybe. Darn it. Where? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That line goes 4 rows down from the top. Let me just give it a little bit more, so that there is some consistency from spread to spread. 4 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just put a little pencil mark right there so we can see it. All right, that is where that line goes. And I'm going to pull this back just a little bit so I can see. There we go. Okay. Stamping with intent, right? I can't really hesitate. I want to make sure that I go. Now, what happens if you mess up? Okay. And I know this is why a lot of you will say, well, I will never stamp because I don't want to mess up in my traveler's notebook, or I don't want to mess up on my layout, or I don't want to mess up in my planner or my mini book or whatever it is. There is always a way to fix it. Okay. There's always a way to fix it. You put a sticker over it. You can put a die cut over it. Something like this, where it's kind of big, it's harder to put something over it. I put a whole piece of paper over it. Okay. So if I messed that up, all I would do is take a piece of white cardstock and I would either cut it out to go right there, or I'd cut it out and just put it on the whole page and then stamp again. So I don't want you to let something like that hold you back from stamping, because stamping, it can just be so fun and it can give you so many different options. But you can always find something to fix, right? Fix it. All right, let's put that off to the side. I'm gonna okay, let's go with this guy now. Here is, let me just, that's what I thought I was going to see. I could see on this stamping block, I don't know if you'll be able to see it now, I could see the yellow, obviously, but I could see the impression of the pink. And the impression of the pink was created when I did this. The oxides are blendable. Okay, the oxides are blendable. You may have seen sometimes people do inking where it looks like an ombre, and they're blendable. So what was happening here is those two colors, the pink was sitting on top of the yellow. And I don't want that pink to be there when I re-ink, because then I'll see a faint shadow of an April and you know it won't be in the same place. So see how you can see a little bit that faint shadow of the April. So that means I want to clean this. I want to clean it. So I can kind of start to clean it off by doing that. And that's probably going to get me clean enough. As I stamp, I'm not getting any other ink on there. So just kind of be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of what you are doing. Okay, now we can go in with our yellow. And this is just like if you had like a little watercolor swatch, right? That's what this stamp, layerable, right? Could be used on its own or layerable. So that was the idea for this stamp, that it would let you add maybe a little bit more color to something like this. So let's do right like this. And let's just go in and whoop, there we go. Yay, cute. All right, normally right now I would take a few minutes and clean these off. I am not going to do that because we have too many things to do. So I'm just going to set them off to the side. And, but you should always, always, always clean your stamps, okay? Always clean your stamps. That's super important. And I will clean those later. All right, now I need to outline, because you know that's what I do. I just take my little fine tip Sharpie that I use for everything. All of my list making and my journaling and my outlining, and I outline the perimeter of this spread. Now, one thing I did not do that I always try to be in the habit of. Again, I should have checked my fingers before I came back to this. After I stamped, you always should check, because when you're stamping, I mean, it's not uncommon that you don't end up, well, that was like a whole bunch of double negatives there. It's not uncommon that you end up with ink on your fingers. And you don't want to have ink on your fingers when you come back and start working on your project, right? Because then you'll get a nice, not nice, an inky mess. And usually it's not an inky mess. Usually it's just a fingerprint, like a pink fingerprint, which I don't really want in my little setup there. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm really kind of ready to start my list. My lists here are always what I call run-on lists. So my About Last Month lists are always a run-on list, and a run-on list is a list. Let's go to March again. A run-on list is a list that is not vertical, right? This is not vertical. It's just, I'm just writing, and it's running on. When I did it in March, I used one of my bullet stamp sets or stamps to separate each of the items on that run-on list. It makes it a lot easier to kind of read what's going on if you are separating with something. So I'm going to pull out the Bullets and More stamp set. And, oh no, not there. Pull out the Bullets and More stamp set. This one is by far my most used stamp set. Well, and that's why I made it, because I use bullets all the time in my list, all of the time, right? I always need a bullet. So we have lots of bullets here at our disposal, right? We've got tons of bullets to use. Let's see, what do we want to use? Let's talk about something really quick. Did you see how those little stamps fell off my little sheet? That's a little bit of a problem because they're so small. When they fall off the little sheet, I don't want to lose them, right? I don't want to lose those. So what's happened is you just have a little bit of like lint and dust on the back of those stamps. So they won't stick anymore to the sheet. All I'm going to do is I have just a little bottle here of rubbing alcohol and a little cloth. Always, 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 when you're working with liquid on your workspace, put the lid back on, right? All I'm going to do is rub that off. I'll put it in front of my fan. This is the back of the stamp, just the back side. And boop, now it's totally, I can actually pick it up. I can pick up the whole stamp set with that stamp. So it's good. So if that ever happens to your stamps, that's what's going on. It's just there's a little bit of dirt or lint or fuzz or whatever it is on the back. And it's a good idea to do that so you don't lose them. That will also help. Sometimes the same thing happens. Well, if they're not sticking here, they're probably also not sticking to your stamping block, right? Which that's a problem. So that will also help that. Okay? Lickety split. Easy peasy. And then that just goes in one of my drawers behind me. All right, so when I work with my bullet stamps, I use the stamping stylus. So this is also available on my website, and it makes it really easy when you're working with a little small stamp like this. Let's see, what do we want to do? I think maybe we'll do the hearts. I think we're going to do the solid heart. And I'm going to use the yellow just to kind of continue to brighten up this side a little bit. All I do is I'm putting that little stamp on the end of that little stylus. This is just like a round cylindrical stamping block. And this is the beauty of this. Normally, I would have to have a little tiny stamping block, and I would have to put my stamp on here, then pick it up, and then do this, and then do this, and then this and this, and it's just kind of clumsy, especially when it's a small little stamp. Well, with this, all I need to do is, and this is a combination project. This is a combination product, I should say. Levon Wood and Seraphos and Lael Concord. Levon taught us this, I don't know, a long time ago here on my YouTube channel. And she just said, well, because I was doing this back and forth, and she said, you know what works really well? So here, this is how easy it makes it. Look I can just,
Now, obviously, I'd be writing in between there, but it just makes it so easy to do your little stamps. Oh, now, you know what could be kind of fun? I'm going to do something different. I am going to actually create my own background. Because look isn't that kind of fun? That could be my own background, and I'm going to do that here. I'm going to kind of just make my own background, then I'll write my list on top of that. So Levon had said, hey, you know what? When you have a little stamp like that, you can put it on the end of a pen and do that. And I'm like, what? And so I did it. You guys watched. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's genius. So I did that for a while. And then we were all together here. When you try to make something random, do you ever notice how it doesn't look random at all? Oh, now I'm going to have another problem, though. Now I think about this. That's okay. Now I've got to use something else to separate my items on my list. So just make my own little background here. And that could be fun, because if you're making a card or a tag, you could totally use the bullet stamps to make your own little background. So, oh yes. So then we were all together. Last time we did all together here on virtually on my YouTube channel. When we were all together, we did, for the last all day, that was in March, and Sarah Foss said, hey, you know what, Lael, you should make your own tool, a stamping stylus. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's genius. And so I did. And so that's how our little stamping stylus came to be. Gosh, isn't it funny? If you try to do random is hard to make it look random. All right, there we go. There's my little background. Okay, stamp quicker. I know, stamp quicker and it'll make your own, it would be more random. You're totally right. You are totally right. Kimberly said something. Let me talk about this real quick. Kimberly said, in my haste yesterday, I forgot to add that to my cart. Here's the thing, you guys. If you've placed an order and you have not received an email with the shipping confirmation yet, that means your order hasn't shipped, which means we can add to your order. So in that case, and Kimberly, if you want to do this, you can. In that case, email me, laelbymail@gmail.com, and say, hey, can I add to my order? You tell me what you want to add. I add it on the back end, and then it automatically emails you an invoice to pay. That way you have one order and you only pay for shipping once. But yes. All right. So here we go. We are ready to start. And I have my list. So I'm just going to write a few things on my list, you guys, because I want us to be able to keep going. We've got lots more to do today. So I always ahead of time have my list pre-done. I have to have it pre-done, or at least written out in my workbook. And this one I didn't even need to sketch out the layout because I do the same thing every time. But my other ones I have sketched out. So this is my little workbook, and this is how I plan what we do every week, and then have my list and all that. So to start out, I think what I'm going to do, we'll just do like a little small bullet in between everything. So Harvey is our RV. Harvey in for warranty work. The things that go on my list, you guys, I always say you do you. So there's no rule book that says, okay, when you're doing the about last month list, this is exactly what you need to put on your list. Whatever you want. I now do 2 lists every month. One is called In the News, and it is more related to news events. So that now my about last month list is really more about me and my kids or my family or friends or whatever. So whatever you want to put on your list, you put on your list. Harvey in for warranty work. So I joined Nick in Nashville. So Nick had to go to Nashville for business. I joined Nick in Nashville for a quick little getaway. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Case in point, if you've never been to Nashville, amazing music everywhere, but a ton of bars. And so it's just kind of part of what you do. If you're in downtown Nashville, you're listening to music and the drinking starts kind of early. So I think we started in a bar, listening to music at like live music at like 2 p.m. So come about 4 o'clock, you're like, okay, we need to take a break. So we were wandering and went into a number of different like rubber snake stores. You know what I mean when I say rubber snake store, like the tourist stores. And we were just having fun, and we put on the Elvis hats, and of course you had to take a picture. All right. So yes, we had an amazing time. It was so much fun. Now, I'm going to have a lot of black going on here, right? Because this is how I write my list. I have a lot of black going on. So what I thought would be fun to do would be to pull out, I just noticed this morning. There are some colors in wildflowers that could go really well with Sweet Rush. So I think what I will do, I'm going to look at those, and I'm going to look at maybe that one, and then look at those. We'll start there. Word strips. So I thought some of these would be fun to add because they'll just really brighten this whole thing up. So let's look at these word strips to start. Dora, I do. That's one of my stamp sets. So Dora asked if I carry that stamp set. It is called Year in Review. And you will see that on my website. So let's see. Today's story. You know what? Today's story would work really well. Or no, let's do Make Today Amazing because it's a little bit longer. So these are little tiny. Look how little tiny. And this will just be a nice little pop of color throughout here. Make Today Amazing. Okay, there we go. And now I can keep going on my list. So I'm going to add just a few of those interspersed throughout there. All right, what else do we have? Oh my gosh. We had 4 inches of snow on the 12th. That's kind of crazy. 4 inches of snow, that's a lot. That is that picture in our backyard. 4 inches of snow on April 12th. That's pretty late, although we had it end of this month as well. Not that much. So this month I did my Celebrate Today, Get Your Happy On, and the May Traveler's Notebook Setup Classes. So this list, as you can see, what I put on my About last month, in a lot of cases, it's a bunch of random stuff. It's a random bunch of stuff. But for me, memory keeping, scrapbooking, whatever, list making, whatever you want to call this, this is a really easy way for me to document what is happened on a month-to-month basis. I still scrapbook, I still do mini books, I still do all different kinds of things, but this type of list or this type of memory keeping is really helpful for me just to get the details down, right? Just to get the details down. And that's what I do. And it's kind of fun to be able to look back now for 2 years and be like, oh, okay, I have now 24 almost of these that I can go back and look at. And I put these are just interspersed in my regular Traveler's Notebooks. I know some of you use a totally separate Traveler's Notebook to do these, especially if you did my Year in Review kit. All right, so I'm actually going to stop there. I'm going to stop and I will finish that list later. But basically, I'm just going to keep continuing. I'll write more things on my list and I will write and I'll add more stickers and things just to kind of help break that up. But that's it. All right. So let me. The lady that does my hair, her dog's name is really Lemmy. Lemmy, but when I say Lemmy, I mean let me pick these things up and kind of get them out of the way. And we can move on to our next list. I think this Sweet Rush reminds me a lot the colors and the brightness of Color Study. And Color Study was a really popular collection. I think the reason it was, and I think why Sweet Rush is so popular, is because it's generic. I mean, it's generic. You can use it for so many things. So I will be getting a lot of use. We'll continue to use this over the next couple of months. Sweet Rush. All right, and that is linked in the description of the video. All right, next up, our second list is, oh, hold on. Let's put this guy away. Always make sure to put those away because your little teenies, those little teeny bullet stamps, I didn't clean that very well, that's okay. If you don't put them away, they're just you're gonna lose them. You'll lose them, they'll fall off, whatever your tool is, and you'll lose them, and then you'll be sad. And then you'll be saying, Lael, do you sell just that one little tiny bullet that I lost? And I'll say, no, I'm sorry, I don't. All right, so there we go. Let's get the inks out of the way. We just take a second to clean up, and it's not really clean up because I really just threw everything off to the side, but that'll make it a little bit easier as we move on to our next list. Our next list, since we're celebrating today, right? We're celebrating International Scrapbook Day. Since we are celebrating, I thought, well, why don't we do a list about celebrating? Let's do a list about celebrating. Okay, let's talk about really quick. Dawn just said, I love this type of memory keeping so I don't forget what's going on in the photo or people as I get older. You know what? And that is so true. I mean, it's a fact. We get older, we forget things, especially a lot of times we forget all the little details. So doing this type of memory keeping, it gets it out of your head and it puts it on paper, and then it can even be a reference. It's kind of like our own little time capsule, right? It's our own little time capsule. All right, so next list. You know what? I think actually, now that I think about this, you guys, no, I'll do it here. I'll still do it here. We'll finish it up. So what I'm going to do, since it's all apart, it's going to make it a lot easier as I work on this list. I'm taking all these pages and just setting them off to the side. All right. Yes, our next list is about celebrating. So for me, this list is going to be titled How We Celebrate. And I thought it would be fun to list some of the different ways that we celebrate in our family, some of our traditions that we have around celebrating. So with that said, we are going to use the Celebrate collection from Simple Stories. Hello, that will work really well, won't it? Kathy, I'm glad you've liked doing the About Last Month. And you know what's so weird? When I started doing that, I had no intent of ever turning it into a class, making products that go with it. I just thought it was a great way for me. Like, how do I capture all the small little details every month? And then I did it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm onto something. This works really well for me. I love this. And then I think you guys seem to love it too. So I'm very glad. Okay, so we are using Celebrate. If you haven't looked at this collection, it is good. It is really good. So really fun, bright colors. And it has, like a lot of the Simple Stories collections, it kind of has a couple of different themes built within it. So obviously it has a Celebrate theme to it, right? It's called Celebrate. So, but you also have lots of papers and patterns in here, like this one. These two, I love these. That could work for anything. Now this one is, pretty specific to cake, but that could be any kind of celebration. You could make cute cards with this. This Let's Celebrate. I mean, you could be doing a list about birthdays or a list about anniversaries, or I don't know. Which actually, we're going to do something maybe next week. We're going to use this Let's Celebrate collection again next week. When we're together again in 2 weeks. In fact, I'm going to put those two together. Because one of my friends, Amy, had a great idea for something that we're going to do next week. All right. So, I know I was talking about. So you have balloons, you have banners, you have all different kinds of little things like that. But then you also have flowers. So you've got a good assortment of flowers, some fun things like yay, could be used for lots of different things. So what I did, I pulled out these pieces. This is going to be a 2-page list. And I pulled out these two because I loved the Hip Hip Hooray over on, just to kind of be my right page. It's perfect. We're celebrating. Doesn't matter what we're celebrating, but that's a great right side of my list. And then this guy, well, hello, polka dots here, polka dots here. So it will really kind of make the two go together really well. Then this is from the sticker book. I pulled this out from the sticker book because I thought, ooh, I kind of like these banners, and I think I'm going to use one of these banners for something. All right, so at least that's what I have pulled out ahead of time that I thought I would start with. I also pulled out Florence. I love, love, love the Florence alphabet. These, can't remember if I linked them in the video or not. If I didn't, those are on my website. Just search for Florence. Oh, sticker book. So I am going to use those for my title. Where the heck's the sticker book? I think I took some pages out of the sticker book, but now I don't know what I did with the sticker book. So I think the sticker book maybe also has, and if I'm not dreaming, I think the sticker book maybe also has a full sheet of like navy alpha letters, but I don't know where the sticker book is. So I won't use that. I'm going to use one of these two. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, yep. So if I wanted, I could use those for part of my title, but I'm going to use one of these. All right, so let's go ahead and get out our trimmer. And my inserts are 5 by 8.25, right? I almost exclusively use 6 by 8 paper, or 8 by 8, but mostly 6 by 8 when I'm working in my traveler's notebooks because I have very little waste. If this is 6 by 8 and this is 5 by 8.25, then I kind of have almost already what I need. So I don't need to trim the height because it's 8. So I'm perfect there. I'll have a little bit of a white border, but I need to trim the width. I need it to be 4 3/4 inches wide. So what I need to do, I'm just going to, if I go to half, I'm going to go half plus 2. And this side, I'll go half plus 2. That should make this 4 3/4. Yippers. It's a little bit skinnier. I probably took one too many off, but that's okay. I should have done half plus 1 and plus 1. Maybe. I don't know. Don't mind me doing the math in my head on my trimmer backwards. So this needs to be 4 3/4. And that's just what I do because then I have a nice little border all the way around. So, and I could totally use this. I could use both of these as accents. I mean, I could do such a simple list. Look at this. Even with our waist, I could do such a simple list. Like I could just do this, whoops, like this here, and do this little strip right here, and then put my title here, and that's a cute list, right? That is a really cute list. So keep your little scraps if you're cutting your 6 by 8 papers because you can always use them for something. Alrighty, so corner rounder. I like to round the outside corners of my spreads when I'm using pattern paper because my inserts have rounded corners. So then they kind of line up. Oh, that's even fun too, isn't it? Like I said, definitely has a celebrate theme. I mean, that is what it is intended for, but lots of the papers and even the icons and things are pretty generic. Can be used for lots of different things. All right, this guy, oopsie. Oh, I swear I thought they were done. There's one last house right in our little part of the neighborhood that is under construction and they're framing it. Oh, I know what they're doing. Hang on, let me look. I think they're putting the windows in and that's why they're pounding again. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but oh, you'll be so glad when it's done. Oh, hi, honey. Yep, Nick's golfing. Checking in from one of the holes. What hole are you on, dear? It's kind of overcast today. I don't know what the temperature is outside, but it's kind of overcast here. Here in the Utah. Here in Utah. Utah? Yeah. I think now we're spring summer guys, so Although Nick may make an appearance later today, we'll see, because he'll be done before we're done. So he may pop in and say hello, like really like you'd see him pop his face in. All right, so my list now needs to be here, and so that means I need white cardstock to do my list on. So let's get the white cardstock out. The white cardstock that I use is just a Nina Bright White. I buy it by the 250 pack. It's pretty, I think, like, I don't know, $15 or something on Amazon. That I have linked in the video as well, because this is what I always use. If I am doing a list on top of pattern paper, I need to put something there. But the nice part about it, and a lot of times you guys will ask questions about stamping, and sometimes your stamped impressions get a little funky. And you say, why does it look funky? A smooth cardstock is really helpful. If you have any kind of texture to your cardstock, it will kind of give you a funky impression. So that's the first thing I usually suggest. I say, well, what kind of cardstock are you using? Is your cardstock giving you kind of the weird impression? And I use 8.5 by 11 because less waste when I'm working in this size. So usually what I do, I will usually trim it first to 8.25 because that's the height of my inserts. And then I trim to 5 because that's the width of my inserts. So if I wanted, I could cover a whole page. That could be my entire list to work on. Now I'm not going to do that because I could get 2 of those out of one. Or if I'm making my own traveler's notebooks, all I have to do is trim this to 8.25 by 5 or by 10, and then I can make my own traveler's notebooks and just stitch them together. All right, but now too big. So I think we want this. Let's just try like 4.25 by 7.5. I don't know. Let's see. No, 7.25. 7.5. Yeah. But this is going to still be way too wide. All right. So I have the right dimensions there, but I think I want to be able to see a little bit more of the polka dot. So let's go ahead and take a 1/4 inch off of that. And 1/4 here. And let's see what we get. Let's see if we like the way that looks. Oh yeah, right? I think, you know what? I'm just going to take a little tad bit more, just so I can see even more polka dot. Just a little tad. Little tad. All right. There we go. That's it. All right. Now let's get rid of these little guys in our garbage. Kathy said, my husband is nailing in my new craft room. The sound is bliss to me because it's finally getting done. That's so exciting, Kathy. That's wonderful. Very exciting. All right. So now I need to outline this because then it's just a big old white blob. And actually, let's talk about that, especially when you're putting kind of white down on white. Those of you that poo-poo my outlining. Okay, let's see what it looks like there. Now watch when I outline. It is just going to make that pop and really stand out. Oh, I know. There's one more thing I'm going to do. Because there's a lot of white, right? There's a lot of white on this. See, look at it. Now it totally pops, doesn't it? Outline, no outline. Outline, no outline, right? Big difference. Like, let's pretend. Look at the two. Yeah. All right, but I think I need a little bit more color. I want a little bit more color. So, all right, I was thinking red, but I don't want to do red because if I do blue letters, it's going to look totally 4th of July-ish here. That's not what I want. So I think what I will do, actually, let's put our title down first, and then that will help drive the color that I'm going to use in a second. So my title is called How We Celebrate. And I want to emphasize the word celebrate. I will just write out. So I'm grabbing my little ruler, and I need to spell celebrate. So when I'm doing a title like this, I always like to use my little 6-inch metal ruler. Those I have on my website. 6 inch is nice because it's small, and our traveler's notebooks are small. But I can use my little ruler to first line up my letters. So there's a little line right there, right? There's a little line that's part of the ruler. I can use that little line to line up my letters. Now, this font is a little bit different. It's pretty whimsical. So I will probably... So I hope I didn't lose you guys. I'm very confused about this. So I turned Do Not Disturb on because I learned the hard way. Make sure, am I still here, you guys? Can you still see me and hear me and we're good? So I learned the hard way that if I do not turn on Do Not Disturb and someone calls, okay, thanks, Karen. Someone calls, then it will I'll completely lose you guys. It like severs the connection. And so I put it on Do Not Disturb. Well, Apple, so I use an Apple phone, an iPhone. Apple has now changed the way they do not disturb. Now it's called Focus. So ever since they did that, even though I turn on Do Not Disturb while I'm filming, inevitably a phone call comes through. Inevitably it's Samuel Konkar. It's Sam. He just called. And I'm like, oh no, because I thought I was going to lose you guys. And it rang once, and then he hung up, and then he just texted and said, sorry, I forgot you were teaching. So, all right. Lining up, this will make sense in a minute. Just bear with me as we keep going. I'm lining all of these up. Now, when I have a title that is not, or when I'm using stickers that aren't quite as, as whimsical as these, so whimsical in that they're different sizes, that I generally will line up my title on the line so that everything is straight. But there's another reason why I use the ruler, and you'll see that here in just a second. The other reason is that once I get it all lined up, there's my title. The next problem, we usually have two problems. So Kylie, it didn't used to do that. You used to have an option in the Do Not Disturb that you could let your favorites come through, or you could do it for everyone. And maybe they don't have that option anymore in Focus. That may be what it is. Anissa, good morning from Mandeville, Louisiana, US of A. Good morning. All right. So this is the other reason. When you're working with alpha stickers, usually there's two challenges. One is getting all the letters straight, but two is then getting them centered on whatever your page is, whatever you're working on, right? That's the other benefit where the ruler comes in, because I can now move this all around. What if I want it here? What if I want it here? Do I want it here? Do I want it centered? Do I want it right justified, left justified? It's totally movable until I decide where it wants to go. So I can look at that and go, you know what? That looks pretty good. That's pretty darn centered, right? And then I just take my little fingers and press those stickers down and then gently peel the ruler back. And that is exactly where I want it to be. All right, so how we celebrate. Now I am going to add that, I think, just right here. How we, I know that looks a little bit like a me. I better fix that. How we, there we go. How we celebrate, how me celebrate. Yes, I love the font. I think that it's just a happy. I mean, I have a question for you guys. I haven't done any alphabet stamps yet. And I am toying with maybe one or two alphabet stamps that I'm thinking of. One would be not this font, but something whimsical like this, a whimsical type of font. Is that something that you guys, in a stamp set, is that something that you'd think, oh, I'd like that, that'd be fun? Now, I am, so tell me in the chat, I just want to see. I'm gonna make a little line here, a little separator. How we celebrate. Oh, I just remembered something I wanted to do. Whoopsie, didn't really leave myself room for that. So I think what we'll do is maybe over here. Remember when I said I had pulled out that sticker sheet because I thought it would be fun to do one of these? Well, I meant to leave room right there, but that wasn't going to work. So let's look. What could we do? Maybe, would this work? My writing in one. Yeah, that's another one, Kylie. That's another one that's on the list. That's actually a third one that's on the list. Yeah, now this isn't going to. Oh, okay. So this would be different. What if we did that? What if we took like this guy and we just made it kind of go under here, like this, like that? Okay, hold on. I think this would be kind of fun. I just have to figure out how I would like it to work. Because I don't think I want it to be like a smiley face, right? That's like a smiley face. I don't think I want it to be a smiley face. So if we did something like this, is that too weird? Where it's at a little bit of an angle. Okay, so clearly it's a little off because it like something needs to go right there now. So let's go to our sticker book. I kind of like it at an angle. So we just need to fill in that space a little bit. What I was trying to do, I was trying to line up, see that right there and that right there. I was trying to line them up with the edges, so that might make a little bit more sense. We'll see if we can find something to go in there. You know what I think is, oh no, you know what I was hoping? That those were little stickers, but they're not. All right. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's party. That could work. No, celebrate. We don't need celebrate again. It's party time. But not everything is a party in our celebration. So, I don't know. I mean, that could work. Let's party. It doesn't have to be literal, right? Oh, okay, here we go. Good times. Celebrate good times. It's your birthday. Happy little moments. You're the bestest. That's so cute. Hip hip hooray, which would be fun, but we don't want to do hip hip hooray because we already have hip hip hooray over there. Did you remember this happy you and me day? All the happy everything. Happy everything. Celebrate all the good things. What about happy everything? Let's see. Let's look and see. So this, where's happy everything? Oh, here we go. Let's see what we think of this. Whoopsie. We're filling in the space. Happy everything. So if happy... Okay, I like it there. I like it. We're going to add one more thing, though. Happy everything. See how that kind of fills in our space a little bit? But now we need just a little something, something. And I think I know what the something, something is. I don't think I'll find it in here. Oh, okay. I get sidetracked very easily, clearly. Oh, clearly again, I got sidetracked because there's washi with this. Where is the washi? You guys, I might have to run downstairs and grab washi. Puffy stickers. So what if we did this? Puffy stickers. Puffy, puffy, puffy. There's these cute little puffy stars. What if we used a cute little puffy star right here? Yes, cute, right? So now, I know some of you were like, ooh, it's kind of weird, it's off-centered, but we just kind of filled in that space. So I think we're good. How we celebrate. I need to go grab that washi. I'll be right back. Do a quick, how about hydration break? If you need hydration, you could have hydration, or if you need to go potty or whatever you need to do. But I just had a sip. I will be right back, friends. I need to go grab that washi because it's too good not to use. Too good not to use. I'm on the way back. I'm coming. I am on the way. All right, sorry about that. It probably means I didn't pull it out. Well, no. Did I not pull it out? That's weird. I guess I didn't pull it out when I did the flat lay. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, anyhow, there we go. Look how fun. So let's just look. Let's look at these. I think I already know which one I want to use, but we'll see. We're just going to swatch them really quick. Now, while I'm swatching, I have a question for, oh my gosh. Oh, no. What do we have going on? What do we have going on? All right. In the chat, holy moly. Can I do something with that? That Tinder X person. Obviously, don't click on that, friends. You blocked it. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for blocking that spammer. We've never had that before. I know. Where are those emojis? Yeah, wow. Block them. Thank you. Thank you. We don't need those kind of people here. Yeesh. Thank you. I appreciate that, Karen. All right, so I'm just going to swatch these really quick. Look how cute those little, I don't know. I think I need a little bit more color at the bottom. So we won't, I don't think we'll use the cake one. But here's another thing, you guys. You know, sometimes when you need a really quick birthday card, my go-to when I need a really quick birthday card is not a birthday card, it's a tag. Because usually I'm like given a present with it, so I can just make a cute little tag and then tie it on the present. My default for something like that is washi. So if I'm making a cute little tag, hang on, let me see in here if I have. Hold on, I'm just looking. Gosh, this drawer is so jammed full. Hold on. I just want to show you, maybe. Well, no, I don't have what I wanted to show you. Anyhow, my default, if I am doing I just had one more thought. Bear with me, because this is like a washi education time, really quick. I know where they are downstairs. There's too many drawers, too much stuff. Okay, let's just pretend that, my heavens. Hang on, friends. Oh, here we go. This is exactly what I wanted. So let's say I have I'm giving someone a little present and I want to just make them a quick little gift tag to hang on their present. This is always my go-to. So probably what I would do here, I would take 2 washis, easiest and fastest thing ever. So I'd take 2 little washis, just plain old little gift, a little tag there. We'd go with that one first. And then we'd go with this one, because cute, right? These little confection treats. And we do that on the top. And then bingo, look at, so easy. There's my little gift tag. And then I hang that on their present. And of course I would outline it. And then I write, "Dear Sally, happy birthday, love you, Lael." And then done. Okay. Oh yes, we were back here. Okay, we're looking at these other ones. I think I already know though which one. I haven't used it yet, but I think I know which one I want to use on the bottom of this list. I think washi, especially for listing, you guys, when we do our listing, washi is just perfect for it because sometimes you need just a little accent right there at the bottom of your, just at the bottom of your list. So washi is the perfect little accent for that. That's why you see me use it all the time. Okay, so I think the one I want to use, I think the one that I would prefer to use is, I won't use the yay. I really like the yay. Well, I don't know, maybe. That one. Or, I don't know, the yay is really cute though, isn't it? Let's look. Let's just see which one we like at the bottom. Oh yeah, I can tell already. I want this one. The yay is really cute, but that's a lot of words. How we celebrate, happy everything, hip hip hooray, and yay, that's just a lot. Too many words. So we're gonna just keep it pretty simple and we will go with this guy. And we'll just fold it back. Now I'm having a little bit of an issue here because I've already stuck that. So let's just go ahead and stick this down. Alrighty, there we go. Now, I can already tell I have to outline this side because it's gonna bug the heck out of me. It's just kind of just there. It needs a, we'll just outline the entire perimeter. How about that? All right, guys, we're gonna keep going, but let me just look. So 12, we have one more, just a little bit less than an hour. All right, a little bit less than an hour. We will do one more live giveaway in between now and then, in between now and when we end. And then I will do another giveaway that anyone can participate in, whether you are watching live or whether you are watching the replay. So we'll do 2 more giveaways before we go. We are taking a break at noon Pacific time. Sorry, I had to think about that. We're taking a break at noon Pacific time. And then we will join up again at 1 Pacific time, and that will be on a separate link. Oh my gosh, that person's back. That person is back. Will you try to block them again, Karen? I don't know. I could try to mess around and block them, but I'm afraid that I might somehow lose you guys. Yeah. So you guys probably never notice this because I usually catch it pretty quick, but that also happens. It also happens on too small. It also happens on the comments on videos, but I get notified and then I can block them and report them. But I know people, it's like, get a life. Come on, really? Why do you have to do things like that? We are not, the people here are not that kind of person. It's just somebody has found us, and it's not us. It's just there are yucky spammers like that it's clickbait, right? Clickbait. They're trying to get somebody to go, what is that? And then you click on it, and then you're in a whole world that you, I don't know, may or may not want to be in. Okay. I need a die cut. I need something to kind of down here because it's pretty kind of plain down there, right? So maybe balloons? No, not balloons. Not the balloons, because this is why I think not the balloons. I think not the balloons. Thank you for everyone for clicking and reporting. I appreciate that. But you know what? The more we block, the better, because for some reason the guy came back. So hopefully we can get YouTube to figure out what's going on. All right, so I'm not going to do the balloons. The reason I'm not going to do the balloons is because I already have all these little circles. So the balloons are kind of competing with the circles. But yes, Carolyn said, I think there was a cake that's kind of cute. There are lots of cakes. So let's find the cake just in the mess that I had made here. Okay, so there's a cake. We'll just start looking for our cakes and look at the different sizes. So there's also cakes in the, oh, look at that. There's also cakes in the die cuts. Excuse me. We're in the die cuts, Lael. There are also cakes in the stickers and puffy stickers, but I think here I need something a little bit bigger. There's also presents, so presents could work, but I think we're the cake. I think the cake's going to be cute. I don't know. It'd be interesting if someone took this collection. You could probably figure out how many cards you could make out of it. You could probably make a lot of cards and tags. Okay. It's going to be a cake. Let's see what cake it is going to be. Let me just get all this off of here so we've got a little bit more room, so it's not so cray-cray. All right, cake. All right. Cake or cake. Yes, thank you, Kim. Kim said, show Lael some love by clicking like on the video. Yes, that is super important, you guys. That's really, really helpful. All right, I like this cake the best, shape-wise, because it fits really well there, but that kind of cream frosting is not doing it for me. I love cream frosting in real life, but on the cake, it's too creamy, right? It's too creamy, so that's not going to work. Let's go back to this little guy. Maybe it's that guy and it just bleeds off. I don't know. Or this guy. Actually, I think it's this guy, but it's going to have to bleed off maybe a little bit. Yeah, it's going to bleed off. So the reason, you guys see why for me it's that cake It is that cake because it needs kind of something darker to help ground it a little bit down here. Whereas this thing, I mean, it's super cute, but I don't know. I feel like it just needs more blue because we have all this blue up here. It feels like we need more blue in this corner. So that is what it's going to be. We're going to do that guy. If I could design my own cake. Okay, presents. Let's look at the presents. I think, unless we can find a tall present, because we need like a tall, skinny present. No, all those cakes are too small. Or we could do a group of presents. Present. Okay, so there are presents, and some presents may work and some may not. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's see here. Okay, here's a present. Oh, there's my other presents already. I already pulled them out. All right, presents. So what I am concerned about, I mean, hello, it's paper, no big concern, but what I think is going to happen, because two of these presents have dots on them, I think they're going to fight. See how it fights and it kind of almost gets lost because there's just dots everywhere. This one's a little bit better because it's just black and white and they're smaller dots, but it still just kind of gets lost. This one could possibly work because no dots, but yeah, I think it's cake. I think it is the cake. So let's just go ahead and add that little cake. But I like it when you guys suggest other things. That's because then I'm like, oh, let's try it. And sometimes I am like, yeah, no. And other times I'm like, oh my gosh, you're brilliant. I'm so glad you told me to do that. All right, there we go. All right. So let's cut this off. I don't like things to stick out the edge of my traveler's notebooks. So I have them bleed off the edge and then I cut them. So there we go. Oh, someone a minute ago had said you could put your date there. I didn't put the date there for a very specific reason, because what I wanted to do, let's see if this sticker book has labels. Most of the Simple Stories sticker books, those labels are too big, have labels, but this one's a little bit different because it's more, yeah, no labels. All right, so I want a label, and there are two types of stickers that I use a lot. Word strip stickers and label stickers. I use them so much, they each have their own container. Label stickers. So let's look at label. These are just my collection. Some of them I have on my website, like these from Ellie's Studio. I have a bunch of Pretty Little Studio also does a bunch of word strip die cuts and stickers. Ooh, I bet we can find a good one in one of these. All right. So I think I might, I don't know, maybe blue. Oh, we can find a pink that would go pretty well there. Oh, I don't want to do pink because I kind of have this coral, peachy, pinkish. I don't want to do a pink next to that. Really? Blue. Let's look. These are just punch outs. Aha. All right, so if I want that to go there, I need to lift this guy up. Yes. Oh, you're right. You know what, Terry? Terry brought up a good point. She said any of the other Simple Stories collections, I could pull out the sticker books and then they would work, right? Yes, they would. However, I'd have to go through them all to figure out which one. So, I won't do that right now. All right, let's get this guy and see if we like him in there. All right, I want this to be down just a tad though. Down just a tad. Nope, back up. The reason I ended up moving that back up is it covered up too much of the little polka dots down there and I wanted that color. And then it's kind of now centered. It looks like it's centered because I don't want to stop it here. If I stopped it here, it would look really weird. So it's just kind of centered on either side of Ray. Okay, so now let's do a date stamp. A lot of times you will see me date my lists because I think that's important. That If I had done a list like this when our kids were 2 and 5, we would probably have different things that would be on our how I celebrate list. All right, so I pulled out my like handy dandy roller date stamp. I have a number of different roller date stamps on my website. I pulled this one because it's a little bit wider, and this is the one we're going to use. So this would be, yeah, Kathy, I agree. Kathy said she really likes the pretty little studio labels. They're nice and long. And what's nice about that is they're long, so you can use them long, but if you don't need something that long, a lot of times with my labels, I am sticking them under something. So you can cut part of it off, you can cut it in half, and then just use it for later. But I might have something coming down the road later this month that would be very helpful when it comes to something like this. Terry, thank you for our 45-minute notice. All right, 05, what's today? Oh, 0507. Now I'm stamping, right? I'm stamping. So same rule applies. I still test it, right? I still test it. Well, let's also test it because I think I'm going to use black. I'm going to use black. So we still want to test it because we want to make sure that we have the right date set on our little stamp. Whoops, I rolled it. There we go, 050722. That is the date, right? So we're good. So I think what I'd like to do is I am going to put this more justified to the right. Ah! All right, see what happened? I lost part of my 5 and 7. I know, I don't think Nick's bringing lunch, Terry, because I think he'll still be golfing then. So I can fix this very easily. I can grab my black pen, and I won't do this to the whole thing because it'll take me a minute to do it. I can just fix it with my black pen, and you'll never know. Hi, Karen from Nova Scotia. So I need to fix the O and the 5, but it'll be okay. I will fix that later. But I made it a little bit more to the right. Okay, I don't do this very often. I am not going to do this, and it's not because I messed up. The reason I'm not going to do this, the more I look at this, what I'm not liking about this, I have this horizontal line here, and then I have the horizontal here, and it's just, it doesn't, it's not working for me. So I'm going to take this off very gently. I'm going to peel that off very, very gently. And I pulled off a little bit of the paper, but that's okay. You'll never know. And I'm just going to put the date right there. And then we'll be good. Yeah, just those two next to each other. It just wasn't working. All right, so we know our date's good. We don't have to test it again. We're gonna put it right there. There we go. Now, because I rolled it, I have a little bit of black from the stamp above. That's okay. I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to erase it. And when I say erase it, I mean I'm going to write over the top of it with white. And I'll just do it on that little part for right now. And then I'll fix the other part of it later. See, we can always fix a stamping something or other. We can always fix a stamping boo-boo. There, so that one's gone. You can't even see it. You guys see that little line right there? Let me show you. See right there, see above the 0 in 05? See that little double line? That's just part of the stamp. And so I'm gonna take that and I'll erase half of it. And I'm not erasing it, I'm just really writing white over it. See how now only half of it's there? Vicky! Vicky! Are you still on vacation? Are you still on vacation? I didn't think you were back yet. Or are you here on vacation? Did you come say hi to us on vacation? Oh, look it. Look what you missed. Look what we did. started with Sweet Rush. We love it. We had a lot of fun with Sweet Rush. Yes. Love it, love it. Okay, tell us. Tell us if you're still on vacation. All right, so that will get fixed later. How we celebrate. So there are a number of different ways in our family that we celebrate our kind of little traditions. You came in from the pool to say hi. Please, 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 please have a tropical drink for me while you're there. Or 2 or 3 or 5. Vicky just, I don't know, Vicky, a day ago maybe, had, I think in her stories, posted a picture of her and her daughter, Devin. And Vicky looks so beautifully sun-kissed. I mean, it's just, and I'm sure you had no makeup on because, friend, that's how you work. You look like that with no makeup. Oh, I just noticed something that I did. This is why we should always clean our stamps before we do anything. I mean, clean our fingers. Look at what I did over there. And it's because I have ink right there on my fingers. All right. Yes, have one for all of us. Yeah, so here's the thing. Vicky's in a tropical destination. When we do tropical, when Nick and I do tropical, we do like a beach day, and then like the next day is like an excursion or activity day or something, and then the next day is a beach day because it's hard. It's hard sitting, you know, and not, it's hard sitting and relaxing. All right, so here again is when I would try to clean that up because that's a mess I made over there, isn't it? Yuck, what a mess. Can't believe I did that. But guess what? It happens. It happens to all of us. If Vicky was here, she would be doing some mixed media on that and making it look awesome. You guys know that Vicky's coming to see Lael in July, right? I think I told you that. So we're gonna have lots of fun. Well, we'll have lots of fun, but she'll be here on a Saturday. You know what that means? It'll be a Lael Vicky show on a Saturday in July, and then Vicky will do her Friday night here at my house, so it'll be the Vicky Ladle show that Friday night. So we'll have fun. Okay, here we go. I'll still come in with my fingerprints. I'll still come in and have to clean that up later. How we celebrate: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 7, 8, 9. So I think I'm just going to do a run-on, and I'm going to do a run-on using the bullet stamp, and I'm going to do the run-on using the solid circle bullet stamp, because that solid circle bullet stamp will kind of look like all the polka dots, right? It will kind of look like all of the polka dots. So let's put that little guy on our stylus. And what color is going to get used? Boy, that is Tattered Rose? I want to say it's Tattered Rose. Oh no, or it's sugar. Spun sugar. We'll see which one. I think it's Tattered Rose though. I think that's going to be the one that's the closest. So let's see which one we want to use. Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. I know, I can't wait to see my Vicky. Vicky used to come out and see me every summer. And until the pandemic, right? So it's been 2 years. We always do adventures and shop and lots of fun things. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is like a dead match. Here, I'll put it over here so we can see. Look at that. That is seriously like dead match. I told you, I know my ink colors sometimes. I thought it was Tattered Rose. So what'll be interesting is Spun Sugar, this guy. Kind of, right? Kind of, but not quite. So we're gonna do, are we gonna like that? Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Tattered Rose. We will do Tattered Rose. Oh, Shay keeps getting interrupted by calls for her birthday. Well, okay, Shay, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. All right, so here we go. The ways that we celebrate in our family. And I've done not the same list, a little bit different. Well, quite a bit different before, but you guys may have heard me talk about some of these before. When it comes to birthdays, we do kind of 2 different things. We do the birthday door. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do a run-on list because now I see I'm not going to have enough to fill my list. I'm going to do our regular list. So the birthday door. The birthday door, we started doing that when our kids were little. The night before their birthday, after they go to sleep, we decorate their bedroom door like a giant present. And candy and treats, and when they were little, say hi to everyone, Vicky. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. A little, little toys from the dollar store, whatever. And then as the kids got older, gift cards and cash and things like that. So even though our boys no longer live at home, I've still figured out a way to do this. So that's kind of fun. The birthday door, yes. Another birthday related is called Birthday Says. So birthday says, when it's your birthday, birthday says, Mom, I want to have cake for breakfast. No, Sam, you can't have cake for breakfast. Birthday says. So within reason, things like this, yes, birthday says. So when it's your birthday, you get to do birthday says. So Shay, there's a couple things you might throw out to your family or friends. The birthday door and birthday says. Birthday says you get what you want. You get to do what you want to do on your birthday, even if it means eat cake for breakfast. Birthday says. All right, next up, we start to roll into, let's see, the birthday door, birthday says. We start to roll kind of into the holidays. And so it's not necessarily what we do, it's where we do. Shay, it is the same Vicky Booten. It is the same Vicky Booten. We have an amazing artist in our midst. Yeah, Shay is Vicky is a very dear friend of mine. We go back a long time. I'll have to tell you that story. Maybe we'll tell that story when Vicky's here. All right, we've actually told that story. There's a podcast. You can listen to the podcast on my website. I think it's under the About Us or About Me or whatever it is. But Vicky and I did a podcast for scrapbook.com about friendship, and it is a hoot. It's a lot of fun. So it's kind of, if you have some extra time and you want to listen to something, that would be a good one. Okay, birthday says. So the rest of the things on my list are related to not necessarily the what, it's the where, because we do family celebrations, but we have divided them up with Nick's family. Hi, Blancha, 1999 from Ohio. So starting with, we always do Easter at Maria's. And Maria is one of Nick's sisters. And then we always do Mother's Day, which we're doing this tomorrow, at his sister Lisa. And it's nice because we kind of break things up that way. So not everybody, so you're not hosting a lot. And then we do Thanksgiving at Nick's mom's house. And we all call her C. Carolyn and Gary, but C's. Then, oh, you know what? So Kathy said, speaking of podcasts, what are good paper crafting podcasts? My friend Veronica has one, and right now it is totally escaping me, but I did a podcast on her podcast a couple months ago. And so Kathy, if you go to my website and search for podcast, you'll find that one. But she does, I think, a new one. I think she does a new podcast every month, or a new edition or version or whatever they're called. Yes, that's a good one. I know that one for sure. Scrapbook.com also has some good ones. They have a large library of them. And then I don't know beyond that. But someone else here in the chat may have a good idea for you. All right, then when it comes to Christmas Eve, we've got lots of, Christmas. So we do, at our house, we have crab on Christmas Eve. We snowshoe on Christmas Eve day. I probably should have put that first. Oh, well. Snowshoe on Christmas Eve day. We do, right? Lots of celebrations around Christmas. We do Christmas Eve pajamas. And then on Christmas Day, we do our big, let's see, prime rib dinner party at our house. And that we usually have anywhere between 20 and 30 people. We did not do that during COVID, which was very bizarre because we've done this, we've done that probably for 15 years. Okay, so there we go. There is my list. I need a little something right here, I think. Let's see if we can find a little something to go right there to kind of fill that in. And I think what we might find, I think we might find something on the puppies because puppies are smaller, right? Puppies are smaller. Maybe a present. But I'm not really liking it. Oh, what if? No, this present's going to be too big. Yeah, no. Well, maybe. Oh, what if that goes there? I think that works. I think I'm okay with that. Because I like, all of these presents aren't really, well, maybe this guy. Let's look at this guy. This is going to be pretty small though. It could work. Oh, yeah, I like that one. Let's do that. Let's do that one. We'll just put it right there because it's there, but it also kind of blends in because it's kind of the same color as the background. All right, there we go. I think we're good. I think we are good. I think we'll call it good unless, maybe one more thing. And then when we're done with this one, we're going to move into, for the last half hour, we're going to move into a little bit more memory keeping focus, still in Traveler's Notebooks. So I think maybe we might want to do one more word strip sticker. Maybe right here? I don't know. We'll see. What about cheers to you? Cheers to you might be kind of fun. Cheers to you. 30-minute notice. Thank you, Terry. Oh yeah, look it. Cheers to you. That's good. Okay, there we go. There's our how we celebrate list. Okay, and that means now I need to do a back page, but now I am done with, well, I need to finish up a couple lists in here, but I am done with this insert, which means I gotta be realistic. Probably will not happen. It probably will not happen this week. We're gonna have a lot of orders to get out. So probably won't happen this week, but I'll see if I can get to it. I will do the video and it'll be pre-recorded, so you'll be able to watch it whenever, but I will do the video where I use the bookbinding punch tool now to put my Traveler's Notebook back together and recover it. And the reason I do that is this. I mean, when your Traveler's Notebook insert is full, this is what's gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna get, all the pages are just gonna stick out because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So when all is said and done, I take it all apart, which I've already done. I cut from a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper, a new cover, and I then go in and stitch it together with that bookbinding punch tool that I have on my website. So what that does is that allows me to make the cover a little bit larger, and it now covers up all of that stuff. All right. Carolyn, have we done a fave podcast list in general before? So we have not. That one I'll have to think about because I don't listen to very many podcasts, so it would be a very short list for me. But you can do that one on your own. My very most favorite, I'm going to talk while I just put this away. My very, very, very most favorite podcast in the whole wide world is called How I Built This. And the guy that does it, his name is Guy Raz. And he worked for NPR for years. And it is a podcast. He interviews business people on how they started their business. And it's very inspiring. And it's all kinds. The lady who did Spanx, the Chicka Chicka Boom people, Cotopaxi, kind of the backpack people, Ben and Jerry's. It's so good. It's very, very inspiring. And it always gives me so much inspiration. It just makes me just want to be better. So that's my favorite one. Usually when we're on a road trip, that's what Nick and I listen to almost the whole time we listen to those. Okay, so for the last part of our morning session, this is what I wanted to do. I have, you guys know, well, maybe you don't know, I have a lot of different traveler's notebooks that I use. The stylus, erase lil, the stylus, have it on my website. So it's linked in the description of the video, or go to lailbymail.com and search for stylus. All right, I use traveler's notebooks. I mean, they're my thing. They're my thing, and I use them for lots of different things. Listing, memory keeping, to-do, calendar. I mean, I use them for a lot of different things. Normally, I use the larger size, right? Normally, I use the larger size, and that's what you see me use. That's what that one is. That's what the new ones are, also that bigger size. Smaller size. The reason I use, pronounced Araceli. Is that right? I like that. Araceli. Lovely. Has anyone listened to Away with Words? What is that, Brian's girl? Away with Words? Ooh, that kind of sounds like it might be a good one, right? Karen, you must know her. You must know Araceli. Araceli. They talk and get calls about language and how we use it. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write it down, because that sounds like oh no, God, my gosh. I was writing down Brian's girl. I don't want to write down Brian's girl. Away with Words. Okay. Away with Words podcast. You know what? If someone wants to do this, Kathy, or did you ask about, Kathy, if you asked about podcasts, I don't know, are you in the Facebook group? You in the Lail by Mail Facebook group? That would be a great topic of conversation for a post in the Facebook group, if you want to add that. Because I would love to, I love how Brian's girl just mentioned that one, and I would love to know more podcasts. All right, so I use, right now, I guess I should say, two different smaller traveler's notebooks. I have A6, this is an A6 size, and I carry this size also on my website. The reason I carry this size is because of these little traveler's notebook inserts. So first, because I know someone will ask, because this always happens, where did I get this, how did I get the title put on there? This is, I bought the cut file from someone on Etsy, and that's vinyl. So I just did that myself. That's why I use a black one for this, so I could do the white vinyl. So I just put that on there myself. But this is Harvey is our RV. That's the name of our RV. We are recent. We bought Harvey in October of last year and then got Harvey in December. So I am traveling. We are doing some trips in Harvey, and so I am documenting some of those in a couple of different ways. So the inserts that I have, all these inserts you're going to see that I use are on my website. There is a company called Letterfolk, and they make these little inserts. They're all made in the US. They are stitched beautifully, and they are awesome for documenting lots of different things. So, road trip. When Nick and I go on a road trip, and in fact, I need to do one of these. So when Nick and I go on a road trip in Harvey, guess what I do? I document it. Our very first trip in Harvey, we went to the Rose Bowl. So you have little prompts to fill out about the road trip, and then I add a photo to that side. So this one, I have two to fill out. So I printed ahead of time my photos, and the photos that I print, I do them, this is how I remember, look at 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I print them on a 4x6 and then just trim them down, 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. There we go. But like this one, so if I was doing this right now, and I will, destination. So destination here, Nick and I went to Horse Thief Canyon. Okay. Start date, we went on 3/26. And end date, we went up to 3/25. 3/28. Wow. Trip, this is number 2, because this was trip number 1. I went with Nick. Reason for travel, quick getaway, because that's what it was. Number of state plates, I always forget this. So I don't know the number of state plates. I am going to have to find a sticker to put there, because I don't really track that. State lines crossed, 0. We crossed no state lines because we were in southern Utah. Weather encountered. So it was probably this one. Partly cloudy. Listen to. Chris Stapleton. We love Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton. Favorite food stop? Well, oh yes, Ray's Tavern. For a cheeseburger without the bun. When I got home, I felt distance traveled. So distance traveled, we did 172 miles. Rating. Oh, this one was for sure a 10 out of 10. This was our first real, this was really our first real like boondocking trip. So that was pretty awesome. Our first real boondocking. Boondocking is where you basically are out in the middle of nowhere. So I will come back and I need to fill out memorable stops and when I got home I felt. We took a scenic detour, lost cell service, drove on a single lane highway, yes. Felt alive, oh yes. Got lost, no. Car trouble, no. Drive it again, yes, for sure. So look at, just super easy. And this is, a lot of times, and we all memory keep differently. This for me is a really great way to document something like that. So eventually this whole book will be filled of our little travels in Harvey. Now, you don't have an RV, you say. So I say, okay, guess what? Do you go to national parks? Because we like to do that too. So there's another one, national parks. And same type of format. You list the national park, the city, state, who you went with, first impression. And then I did the same thing over here, a photo. So I have my photos done. We have now done our third. And so this is really within, did I start this on a date yet? Start date. So the start date for this one was September 1, 2020. 9/1/20. So early pandemic, right? And then I will put the end date when I'm done. So number of parks that you've gone to, hike, sites, experiences, days visited, wildlife observed, crowd level, favorite moment. So very similar to this guy, but more in line for this topic, which is national parks. Trip is another one because Nick and I travel a lot. So trip, this one will start. Let me look at my, this was June 4th, 2021. Bora Bora. Karen, it is, so here's the deal. Is it passport sized? It is 4x6-ish. You have to be careful with names of things because different companies call them different things. And it really also depends on the company and if they really know what they're doing. Because I think Carpe Diem calls this one a A6/passport, and I don't think they're the same thing. So this one is like 4x6. So A6, but could be passport, just depends. The pen I'm using, Kathy, I have these pens on my website. It's called a Fine Tech. So you can see how fine that writes. And I like the Fine Tech here as opposed to my regular Sharpie, just because it's a much smaller space and it is really, 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 really fine tip. This is a 0.3. So on my website called Fine Tech. Judith, it's not a field note. So let's see. It's an A6. Let's see. Nancy, do you put in the Carpe Diem one or the Webster's one, you put your passport in? If I had my passport handy, I'd have to go get it out of the safe. So it sounds like your passport could fit in there too. 15-minute notice. Thank you, Terry. You're so good about that. All right. So I have all of my information over here in my workbook, so that when I'm ready to sit down, I will be ready to document all of these things. That's when we were in the windstorm in Nashville, the Grand Ole Opry. And that's when we were last weekend up in Washington. We were in Gig Harbor. Okay, so guess what? There's another one. Just depends on how you want to do these, mix and match or whatever. There's a state one. So all 50 states, and you can document all of the states that you've gone to. So like this was Nevada. We went to Vegas and Mesquite. We were on our way to the Rose Bowl. So that's just what that is. Now I need to add Nashville. I need to add Tennessee and Washington because that's also part of the travels that we've been on recently. Okay, so that's what this one is. Now I have another one because there is another one that I say in little notebook inserts, but I'm doing different things in. If Colleen's here, Colleen, I know I ask this every time. You are the one that's gone to all the concerts and saw Elvis. You've gone to concerts like forever, right? There's a concert one. There's a books one. There's one called Magical Day. That's for Disney. Is there a movie one? I don't know. Oh, there's a country one. So I have a lot of these different ones on my website, but they all kind of have that same idea. This guy, concert. So I've told you guys know I love music. And started going to concerts again. The first one we did was last summer, Garth Brooks. Amazing. But look, same exact concept. You are documenting, and they have the prompts for you, so it's easy. The artist, the location, the venue, indoor or outdoor, who did you go with, times that you've seen that person, seat location, I have to go back and find that. Ticket costs, other acts, the weather. Did they play your favorite song? What was the first song? What was the best song? Favorite moment? What's interesting about first song? I didn't remember what Garth Brooks' first song was at that concert. Guess what? I also didn't remember when we went to Kenny Loggins in the fall what his first song was. And you know what? When we just went to John Mayer, I didn't remember what his first song was either. But guess what? You can Google. They have set lists on Google. So let's say if you like to go to concerts and you're kind of coming back and doing some in the past, you can Google and it will tell you the other acts, like if they had an opening act or someone else that sang with them or something like that, and also the first song. So that is really fun. Karen said, I will always know Poison's first song because it's always their first. Oh, that's very cool. Right, so concerts, that's a really fun one. And then this one, hike. Nick and I also like to hike. And so, same exact thing. I only have one in here right now. I have it over here. It was July 5th. And that was, I didn't write it on my notes list yet. Anyhow, same exact thing. Trail, location, distance. I hiked with. Gear brought, nature observed, terrain, trail traffic, difficulty level, the duration, hiking snacks. So it's just kind of fun. This is just kind of a really fun way that I have found. I mean, I like to document because that's just part of who I am. It's part of my business. It's part of who I am, and it's part of my hobby. And so, face fan just died, which means it needs to start charging when we take our break. But I can't possibly document everything, right? I can't possibly document everything. I shouldn't say that because I can, but I can't possibly document everything in a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, or I can't possibly document everything in which we will actually do this in our afternoon session because we're going to also start out with a little bit more memory keeping. I can't possibly document every little trip that we go on in a traveler's notebook spread because I don't have time. I don't have the time to do it. I love to do it. I want to do it. I just don't have the time to do it. So using a little a little traveler's notebook like this, whether it's a road trip or a concert or something. I think it's just like the perfect, nice, nice, manageable, a nice size. And it's really approachable because literally it could take you 5 minutes to do it. There are, and I have these linked in the description of the video, but I have some of my own photos in there of my traveler's notebooks. But I also have some of their photos, the company's photos. And what's really cool, if you like to sketch or draw, especially let's say as it related to maybe the national park one, there are people that just, instead of a photo here, they like sketch and it's really cool. So if you collect memorabilia, you could also like staple things in here and have a lot of fun with it, or glue in the park pass or concert tickets you could adhere in. But I just think it's a fun, nice, manageable that still lets me document because that's just core to who I am, but it's approachable because it doesn't take forever in a day to do. All right. So, okay, let's do this. I am going to, I'm going to flip the camera, guys, because we have about 9 minutes left for our first session. So let me turn off the lights. And I don't know, I want to say I have maybe 12 of them. Oh, there's another one. There's like a kids trip one. It's like a little kids trip. So kids could do that. And they wouldn't need to have a cover. It's just, a little cute. And it's meant for kids. So it's, has cute not illustrations, but it has cute little prompts and things. Okay, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, flip the camera. I just thought of something about, okay. That I will talk about when we start out our next session. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. We still have to talk about more giveaways. So I said that we would do another giveaway, a live one. This is looking very odd. We will do another giveaway, a live one. You guys know what that means. Wait, hold on. What size are these again? Judith K, it's an A6. So, linked in the description of the video, or if you just go to my website and search, just go to Traveler's Notebooks and you'll see the A6 ones in there. They're just, the little kind of smaller, daintier size. So that's size reference. Okay. So you can see size. Oh, there we go. That's much better. This is the standard and this is the A6, or sounds like maybe Passport too. It just depends. Just kind of be aware if you are, like looking at inserts or something, that always look at the measurements or even the covers, because different people will call them different things. Oh yes, okay, so our price. Let me look at my prize list. Let's see what else we should do. So this was this one here. Let me just make a quick note. This was a replay. I'll tell you the replay one that we started out with, and the replay means anyone can participate. You didn't have to be here live. Once the video is over, once this video is over, go back and leave a comment on the video, not in the chat. Go back and leave a comment on the video, because it's for a $50 gift certificate to my website, so you can buy your own prize. All right, then earlier we did a live giveaway, was one of the new Traveler's Notebooks, and Terry won that. Oh, I need to write that down there. Terry won that. So right now we're going to do another live giveaway. The live giveaway for right now is, what did I do with my stack of the prizes? Here we go. Live giveaway is one of the bundles I have for International Scrapbook Day on my website. So there's lots of good fun deals and lots of fun good deals and sales and things going on the website. But this is one of the bundles, and it is a Gingham Gardens bundle. So 6x6 pad and the washi. So I am going to now scroll up, and I stop at Carolyn Wright. Carolyn wins that. So Carolyn, and the way that I did that is I just scrolled up on the chat, and I'm not even looking. My finger stops, and wherever my finger stops, that's who wins. So Carolyn, shoot me an email. Put Gingham Gardens giveaway or Gingham Gardens winner in the subject line, and then I will get that off to you. All right.
So now we need to do another replay prize. And what I mean by replay prize is that anyone can participate. You didn't have to be here watching live. But those of you that are here watching live, then you can also participate in this. This one will also be, leave a comment on this video as soon as it's over. Well, it doesn't have to be as soon as it's over. I'll draw the prize and announce it when we're together again in 2 weeks. So you have some time, but it's just easiest if you go do it now, then you'll remember. So that one, oh, guess what it is? It is a bundle of, not what I used. I mean, not the stuff that I used, but it is a bundle of, well, Sweet Rush. Okay, it's a bundle of Sweet Rush products. So I haven't put the bundle together yet. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's an assortment of Vicky's Sweet Rush collection. Okay, and that is a replay video. I mean, a replay. It's time for the break. That is the replay prize, which means leave a comment on the video and you have a chance to win. All right, friends. So this was, I just need to write this there on my list, and that's an AM. That's a PM. These will be PM prizes. I need one more PM prize. All right, so this afternoon we'll have 4 more prizes. We'll do 2 lives and then two replay prizes. So you can, if you can't make it this afternoon, then you can still participate in those. All right, friends. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna actually give myself an extra 4 minutes. Oh, hold on. Let me see all those comments because I need to make sure. Yeah, okay. Terry said, okay, ladies, let's go get food and drink and potty break. See you all back here in an hour. Yeah, so if you missed that, we're going to take an hour break. So we can all go do those things and I can regroup and take a breath. We will be back here again. If you are live, we'll be back here again at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. But it's a different link. Once I end, it has to end. So there is a different link. There'll be a different YouTube session. You'll see it here on my YouTube page, or go to layallbymail.com and click on the blog and you'll see the post for, the celebration, and you can get the link there. So we will be a separate link. You will not find us here at 1 o'clock Pacific because we've got to do a separate link. To kick off, we'll do another prize. Maybe we'll do it about 10 minutes in. We'll do a live prize about 10 minutes in. So those of you that are live have the opportunity to win a prize there. And then we will kick the afternoon off with a little bit more memory keeping. I travel a lot. So I will actually be, this is my traveler's notebook that I use for travel when it's not my little spreads. And we looked at a couple of those, just kind of some of the bigger spreads like that. So I will be doing a big spread like this. And then also I will be doing an entry in my out the window traveler's notebook where I take pictures out the airplane window and then just document it. So that's what we'll start out with. And then we'll have 2 more lists in the afternoon session. The first one will be my favorite crafting memories. So that is, I have lots of them and I've got to narrow them down. So I'm just going to make a list about some of my favorite crafting memories. Ooh, hold on. That just made me the thought. I've got a thought. That. And okay, those, I don't know, those, now I have 7 and I was only going to have 6. So we'll see. Favorite crafting memories. And I'll be using Let's Get Crafty collection with that. And then our last thing of the day in the afternoon session, we will be doing our in the news list. So I will be documenting things that happened in the news last month. Caveat with that, this will be the second time that we've done that. This went very well the first time. We just ask that it stays non-political. So in the chat, it is never political when I do things, but I just ask that in the chat, you just kind of refrain from anything that's related to politics at all, because when we do it in the news list, it's really easy to kind of go there, and we just don't want to go there, right? We just don't want to go there. So that's what I ask of you guys, and I will see you. Thought I had 4 minutes early. Now it's 1 minute. So we're good. Oh, no, it's 1, or it's noon. It's 1 my time. Okay. Oh yes, Terry, thank you. Terry, you're so good. Terry said, folks, don't forget Lael's sale online. Yeah, there's some good stuff. Some of it's gone. but there's still lots of good stuff left, especially talking about scrapbooking. I think, I have 2 brand new kits, mini book project kits, but then also I have a lot of stuff planned between now and the end of the year. So I put some of past kits, including actually some Traveler's Notebook kits on sale as well. So make sure to check those out. All right, Terry said 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 break. Yes, I have to go because if Nick was here, he'd be pulling me out right now with one of those hooks. He'd be like, come on, so I can eat and do what I need to do. So I will see you guys. Hopefully I will see you in the afternoon session. If not, enjoy a weekend. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Have a safe, happy, healthy rest of the week if I don't see you later. Okay.